Hello, folks, and welcome to another episode of Airstreamers, where you never know what stream will ride. We are on episode Wait, what are we on? 154, I think? 154.
I don't know. This was your job to set everything up.
It has been quite a day, and we have a lot to share with you, and it has been, I don't hear music. Great. I don't hear the little chimey chimes. Here we go. Dumpster fire, which, you know what? Here's how I'm going to start the day. I was driving out to my parents' house today to, first of all, come out to my father. That's a whole story that we're going to talk about. But the other thing is, driving up to where they live, I must have seen, like, no joke, 5 different LED signs, the ones that like are the NJ dot or whatever, like, you know, there's traffic here along the way, whatever. Are you going to be working on that or no?
I need to turn this off and on again, I think.
Oh, boy. Okay. BRB.
Anything? I don't know how to test it. Wait,
Nope.
Bella,
Nothing.
what did I do the last time? This?
I don't know. What is that? Option for stable or not stable? Okay, can I talk about my story while you're doing this? So, Sam said he freaked everyone out alive with your post. I promise I'm going to explain it all later because there's a lot. I want to do it right. So, driving up, those big LED signs that you can customize, and I swear to God, there were 5 that said dumpsters for rent. I was like,
Did you take the ad out?
I don't know. It was bonkers, absolutely bonkers that was the case. So I have a couple of things going on here. You know what, Chris, I'm realizing we really do need to have, it's just, this isn't working for me because I want to go up right now and like, I can't. But if I had my laptop,
You have a mouse.
I can't control it at the same time as you.
Yeah, there you go.
Did you fix it?
I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know how to fix it.
Okay, well, I'm going to leave that up to you while within my
I don't
visual.
think we're going to have chimes tonight because it's not working. I'm reloading them, but they're still not.
Okay, but within my visual, I'm going to thank Nikki MKS for subscribing for 9 months.
No, wait. You missed it. Paul.
I know, Chris. I
No,
said.
it's on the right-hand side. You don't even need
Oh, that's why I put it there.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Paul is a 9-month sub at baby level right now. Like full birthing, crowning. Jen Brambila, 200 bits. Thank you. Shelly, 5 bits. Mega Meg, 100 bits. Thank you. Thank you. The hype train is live. Nikki MKS wait, it moved. 9 months, another baby. We're just popping them out tonight. Full babies.
Holy McMoley. Did you say Bella for 13 months?
I was just getting to it.
Oh, sorry. I spoiled it.
Bella, 13 months. Big smackaroos. Jen Brambila, thank you for the bits. Shelly, thank you for the bits. Doggy Pack, 100 bits. Thank you, thank you. Patsy, thank you for the random smattering of bits. Jen Brambila, 98 bits. Thank you. Charlie Boy, tier 1 sub, 11 months. Another double digits. On this here day, February 2/22/22/2222, and Charlie Boy is 11 months. 1111111.
Smackaroos.
Mega Meg, 100 bits. Thank you. Katie Dim, thank you for the bits. And Kathy, thank you for the bits. I am all caught up. And there's still no chime, but we're going to just roll with it.
And Pink NS just subscribed for 11 whole months. That's wild.
Another double smackaroo. 111 on 222.
I told my mom today that it's 22222, and she's like, "Yeah." She's.
Did she make the sign of the cross and then spit in the
No. She
pot
said,
of boiling water,
No.
and then see where the leaf goes in what direction?
No, the oil.
Oh, right.
You boil the water, then you drop oil in there, and if the oil travels I want to say west is evil, east is fine.
Yeah, that's because the Wicked Witch of the West. That's where it comes from.
That's probably where it comes from. Yeah.
I knew it.
And then if it did go. I think southwest is evil and northeast is fine.
Obviously.
We live in the northeast.
Yeah, I mean, we're fine.
Which did Dorothy kill? Dorothy killed
the Witch of the East.
the Wicked Witch of the East. And if you watched,
Didn't they say that she was? No, I'm
don't
not
spoil
spoiling
it.
anything.
Oh,
In the story, in the movie, didn't they say that the Wicked Witch of the East was the worst of the two sisters, or no?
what was that?
Cheddar.
Do
He's missed you all day.
you remember Wicked?
Yeah.
Do you know who the Wicked Witch of the East is?
Of the West.
The Wicked Witch of the East. Come on. We'll talk about it off
Oh,
stream.
yes. I do
my
know
God.
who
Holy
it is.
McMoly. How cool is that? Don't spoil. There's no spoilers here. If you ever come to New York and Broadway's on and there's no pandemic,
You don't have to come to New York to see Wicked. They're all over the place.
okay, well, if you have access to go see a version of Wicked, go watch. You will, if you liked even a little bit the
I
Wizard
love
of
that
Oz,
story. I love.
you will
love
be
that story.
blown away by what they were able to do with
I
Wicked.
did in high school. I read in like AP history or whatever nonsense that was. Literally never didn't get me anywhere. But when I took that class, I had to write a term paper, and I wrote it on. I read the original story of the Wizard of Oz.
What was it called?
I forget.
Something green something.
I don't know. Green
Yeah.
Goblin.
No, not Green Goblin. You default to Green Goblin quite a bit.
Did I really hang that picture that crooked? I thought it was straight.
Are you kidding me, Chris?
I was in such an awkward position. I'm like, yeah, this is good enough. Whoops.
I mean, that's embarrassing. I didn't even
fix it.
see that you did that.
I did it yesterday. But I wrote a term paper on it and the parallels that are drawn between the story and the Industrial Revolution or something. I don't know. I think it was a good paper. Probably put my teacher to sleep.
Bella, my story was very much real, my video, but I tried making light of it for a variety of reasons. One being that how ridiculous is it that there even needs to be I've done this today, like I've come out today. What is happening?
Oh, I'm just blocking this person.
And so what I'm saying is my idea behind making that video, what it was specifically this, it shouldn't be about that. It should be about stupid stuff. Like, what's your favorite candy and what's your favorite chocolate and all of those things. By the way, I can't tell you the amount of overwhelming support there were for Pop-Tarts because I think, and Sue's the one who started it, I think it's so funny to think that Pop-Tarts are a coming out story or a coming out snack. Like Pop-Tarts, like a tart. I'm a tart and Pop, I'm here.
Oh, that's
queer.
where you're going. Like
What do you mean?
a
How-
sweet tart.
A Pop-Tart.
Yeah.
Did you watch my video?
No.
Gee, I've gotten like 45 DMs and like the video's been viewed like 1,200 times and not one of those is my husband.
I was busy all
Not
day
one of
today.
those people.
I
We,
was
by
really
the way,
busy.
are on level 3 2/3 with a minute and 15 seconds left. And Mama needs a shot. And one of my favorite comments I got today was from Charlie Boy messaging me saying, do not even wait for the hype train to reach the thing to take a shot. You've earned it today. So that's what's going to happen today. We're going to tell that story. I'm going to tell another story about massage that I got.
Oh, do those?
It's not, this is rated G.
I was like,
And
did you
we're going to
find
go.
out that you were, what you talked about today during the massage.
No, but maybe,
You confirmed it.
but no. So yeah, 35 seconds with 25% left to go. But where were we? We were talking about Wizard of Oz.
Wait, you were talking about snacks and Pop-Tarts. And I have, I have to catch up on some of these. Jen Brambilla. Wait, where was I? Kathy, Jen Brambilla, 100 bits. Kyle the organizer, 106 bits. Love the randomness. Charlie Boy, 100 bits. Thank you. Short Pam, 8 months. You know, next month you'll be fully birthed. Thank you, Short Pam. Deb, thank you for the 100 bits. Doggy Pack, 100 bits. Thank you. Mega Meg, 50 bits. Deb, 300 bits. Oh, thank you so much, Deb. Mega Meg, 100 bits. Deb, another 200 bits. Too Shy for You, Shelly, 100 bits. Kathy, 999 on 222 bits. Nothing. Okay, I'll just keep going.
I feel like Muskrat Love.
Mare, thank you for the 100 bits. Charlie Boy, thank you for the 100 bits. 200 bits from Deb, and that put us through level 3, I think. I think know.
We ended right at level 3, but with the amount of stuff happening post that, I think that we might be.
And Mega 100 bits. Kathy again, 999, and Shelly gifted 2 subs to the community. Super, super sweet. Thank you.
Right. So ultimately, I think that we're gonna just go over the course of the night, and depending on the future hype train or more bits or whatever, we'll make an
executive decision.
An executive decision, yeah. But thank you to everyone, genuinely, and
thank you to whoever hung the picture. It looks
Chris,
great.
that's embarrassing.
How did I do that?
How did you not just turn on the screen and be like, you know, did I do it? Am I good?
I don't know. I mean, I could fix it, but I'll do it later.
I love pistachios, but Pop-Tarts are less distracting if you're in a serious conversation.
Wait,
so Chris, let me explain to you my stupid reel that you didn't watch.
Tell me.
Just like I said earlier, to bring levity to an otherwise serious situation, I said, I'm coming out to my dad today. But more importantly, which is the best coming out snack of the 3 that I bought? It was combos, pizza ones.
Okay.
The pepperoni ones, by the way, actually have beef in it.
Oh, really?
I thought they were like, flavored with something, but they had beef. I checked because otherwise I would have gotten those. Those I think are my favorite. Used to be my favorite. Combos, pizza. Pistachios, that the ones you have downstairs.
Oh, those are literally the same thing. Those literally taste the same. They are exactly the same. I did not.
You all don't know this about Chris and his idea that pistachios taste like pizza, and I've forgotten
pistachios taste like pizza combos. That's what they taste like.
Okay, fine. And then the third one.
Listen, in the book of Genesis in the Bible, it was on the first day God created light or something. I don't know. Like he turned on the light. Then on the second day, he made pizza combos. And then on the third day, he was lazy and just made pistachios, which is a rehash of the pizza combo flavor. In the movie The Matrix, when they talk about how everything tastes like chicken, the alternate of that line was that pizza combos, or that pistachios taste like pizza combos.
But that would have been too few people who were in on it.
No, they would all be in on it. They would all know. It's just
I
really
don't think anyone in our viewing here will know.
No, Mega Meg doesn't know what combos are.
Okay, wait. Let's catch up on some of this.
I love combos too, Garden Gnome. They are so good. Pizza combos are the pretzel snack that you can get that have like a cheese or flavored filling inside of it. I don't know what it is. It's some sort of like magic food.
Sam said toaster strudels never have enough icing. I agree. Heidi said that Heidi's never had combos or Takis. I can understand that the Takis, especially nowadays, are super popular, but combos have been around for eternity. I think Takis are newer, so it's more surprising that you never had combos. Pistachios sound like pizza O's. Mega Meg said, okay, I take back the Secret Santa comment. I missed that. No, wait, that was Kyle who said that to Mega Meg. Bell and Button said 16 minutes in and we are quoting Jesus, ... I mean, honestly. Which, by the way, congratulations on your new additions. I'm so happy
they are
for
all
you.
super cute.
And they are in a loving home, and I'm super happy for you all and them all to be loved.
They're going to have a wonderful, wonderful life.
Yeah. And I am genuinely very surprised that people don't know what combos are in particular. But
I feel like they
thanks
were
for subscribing for 11 months.
Another 11-monther.
Yeah, kitties for everyone.
1-1 on 22222.
Taki flavors are
Steve.
regional. I did not know that one. Let's just
Takis are really good.
let me finish what I'm talking about. So the three combos. The third one was the strawberry Pop-Tarts.
Wait, I know. Just to be clear, you really got 2 combos and a Pop-Tart.
Mm-hmm. And I jokingly said, which is your favorite coming out snack? Because of the ridiculousness of like, why does there need to be a coming out anything? Why can't it just be? I want to know how many straight people ever thought about the day that they're going to come out as straight and what they're going to wear. I picked out an outfit in my mind for today. I picked out a coming out car. Which car am I going to drive? Mine or Chris's? I picked out a coming out snack because I was like dying for food and I didn't know if I was going to eat or not. All sorts of things were running through my mind today, and I promise I'll tell you the story in proper fashion in a little. But I want to catch Chris up. So I said, here are my 3 things. Which is your favorite? And then I did it, and then I put together a reel where I said, okay, I did it. And all 3 were great. Which is your favorite coming out snack? And I cannot tell you the amount of people who said that, Pop-Tarts are, they all picked Pop-Tarts because I'm telling you, I think the name Pop-Tart.
Well, I was
going to
say Pop-Tarts make sense because they're fruity and flaky.
Well, not all of them, like cinnamon. Are you saying all gay guys are flaky?
And then I'm going to say that pistachios for obvious reason because you like salty nuts. And combos, you've got that
combo.
Cheesy
What was
filled,
that?
That cheese.
But don't do that.
What?
Don't do that.
No, I'm counting 3, like 1, 2, 3.
Okay, count that way. You're
I
sitting
did.
here like, oh, combos. I don't know which combos I'm gonna do.
But I was going that way, but not the hand gestures. That wasn't
I did
intended
that.
for that. But the combos are cheesy filled whole. So there you go. Everything can be gayified.
There you go. Mods, thank you for the work. I missed it, but thank you for the work that you're doing. LOL, the one Elias held up looked like it was 30 years old. I missed it. Where I live in North Carolina, maybe I don't know if I see combos for sale. I know they were in New Jersey when I was a kid. Yeah, they are everywhere.
Are they though? Are you sure?
Wait, who said that? What, Chris?
Are combos everywhere? That's what I want to know.
That flannel is the perfect coming out shirt. Thank you. I thought about that for sure. But I don't know if combos are everywhere. The world would be so much better if it was gayified. Invoice arrives Thursday, guys. Dead. A cheesy filled hole. So I don't even know where we were. But what I'm saying, Chris, is that video.
We're on our way to get canceled.
That video has been viewed. Like, I'm basically viral, and my husband hasn't even seen it.
I'm gonna be a number. I was busy. I was working all day, and it just was a lot.
Okay, so let's go. Let's sort of get.
I
into
wanted
it.
to hear your story, but I was presenting then. It was a nightmare. Oh wait, did I figure it out?
What?
I think. Oh my God, I need to fix that. Can you put that in the book? I think the chimes will work now.
Here.
I'm so dumb.
Okay, so we will hear if someone subs or resubs or bits or whatever, cheers.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Jen, thank you.
Oh
There we
my
go.
God.
Oh my God.
Thank
Holy
you, Jen.
McMoley. Wait, so you've all been hearing those and not one person has said that you can hear it?
Oh, of course they hear it because we have the output going to the TV, not
I
to
am
our
disappointed
ear
in
holes.
everyone right now for the fact that not one person said, we are red, by the way, Chris. Why are we red?
I don't know. Don't talk about that. Oh, Paul wasn't hearing stuff.
We
The
couldn't
little
hear
chime.
it. What? That is so confusing. No, it was music. I just heard a little butt bip. How could that be, Chris?
Yeah,
That's
because
so
it was
weird.
having the sound go out to there instead of the computer sound coming into here.
Okay, you're all back with on my good side. Thank you for that little lashing out moment I just had.
Wait, did we comment on how Mega Meg said the world would be much better gayified?
Yeah, I did. I said it.
And
which
Garden
is
Gnome
hysterical.
suggested Walmart.com for combos. I think combos are made by Frito-Lay.
That does sound like the chat bubbles in Among Us, Abishi. I agree.
All right, well, we're
So-
all over the place as per usual.
Let's rein it in. So there's going to be a lot of discussion tonight, which is why it's just chatting. I need to tell you all, for the past maybe week, maybe a little longer than that, I have been elsewhere in my brain because I knew that today would be the day that this would happen. And I have been very nervous, very anxious about a lot of it going on in my brain. And so, not like debilitating, but just it's been on my mind. I've been working with my therapist to kind of have this conversation planned out so that I know what to do, how to do it, when to do it, so that I have the most amount of tools in my toolbox. Is that a thing?
A toolbox?
No, like I had the most amount of
Yeah, toolbox. is
tools
a
in
thing.
my toolbox
Yeah.
to make
You're-
this conversation happen today that had happened. It all came to a head yesterday when I was basically debilitated. I was very just like thinking about it all day. I had ups and downs. It was basically like one big, super minor, light panic attack.
No, it wasn't my. It was
Like a
prolonged panic attack.
a prolonged mini panic attack. What I mean is that a panic attack like I normally would have and it's like real rough for a bit. This was like a moderate / slight version of it for quite a long part of the day. And so in my arsenal, yeah, there you go. And so I just was trying really hard to distract myself. I played a whole lot of Horizon Forbidden West and it's fantastic. It's a really good game. I even said to Chris at some point, he was like, do you need anything? I'm like, look, all I need is like for you to know that for the next, like, I don't know, 20 hours, I'm going to be this hot mess situation where I'm not talking really. I'm not telling you how I feel. I know that's probably counterproductive, but this is just how I have to go through all of
I was
this.
like, okay, thanks, bye. I'm gonna go play Dyson Sphere.
Yeah. And so, no, you weren't like that. And so
I can joke about it now that it's over, but
yeah, Horizon
I mean-
is fantastic. I'm telling you, and I just got to a part yesterday which has completely blown my mind. And I was thinking, like, if I was streaming that, I would wish that people were watching that. Thank you, Sam. They really are, like, panic attacks are terrible. Again, the reason why this was not an attack, I wouldn't call it a panic attack, is because it was prolonged throughout the course of the day. I didn't.
I mean,
eat
I
as
think
much.
it's also been on your mind for a little bit. I mean, even like streaming and stuff, I feel like you've been worried about it.
For
And
sure.
it's been on your mind.
For sure.
The conversation I think that we've had has been like not as flowy because this has been brewing in the background.
Absolutely. And even for the fact that when I think back to last June, I think me and Chris had like these 2 coming out stories during Pride Month. And I remember telling you all that I didn't, that my father didn't know. And you know, the conversation leading about how could he not know and all of this stuff. And it's a lot going on, right? There's a lot of factors involved. And so yesterday I was like, you know what? I'm going to go out and I'm going to get a massage. So part 1 of my whole story is going to be this massage. Oh yeah, my anxiety is gone now. Beach, please. I'm ready to take over the world. This is my queendom. I'm here to, you know, command my loyal subjects. Not actually, take that all back. Not you all. I just meant this house. Not like, I'm not calling you all my subjects.
Lana asked a good question.
Yes.
She asked, may I ask how your dad did not know, or did he never meet Chris, or who did he think Chris was?
Yeah, my dad thought Chris was a friend. For sure. What does this say? Turn off ugly sound?
The LG sound.
Oh, that's an L?
Yeah.
Okay. As long as you can read that. Where is my crown? Got it. Whoops. Ooh, that sounded terrible. And
No, Chrissy, I wasn't the live-in maid. Elias was the live-in maid for me. Excuse me.
The cats were really great yesterday, I have to say. Cheddar, Raisin, everyone was really supportive, and it's so wild how they know these things. But
I think what Sam said is pretty close. It's like I mean, so
he was not Troy Pam. Wait, listen, because I do want to tell the story properly. I'm going to ask that you all hold questions about the specifics of my dad and I until I get to that portion of it, just so that I don't miss any, because I want to answer all of them, and they're all very important questions. And I have...
Yeah, I'm going to pause it because I just want to make sure that we stay. Not paused. You can still type in the chat, but I'm going to just move this up so that we know where we're picking up.
Yeah. So I wanted to just tell you about this massage that I experienced yesterday. And it starts off really funny. My story. I really like getting massages.
Does it end happy?
It's not a happy ending, but I mean, I'm sure I could have if I I don't know I don't know how to cross that Rubicon.
Oh, you just check it on the menu.
That's what I want to talk about. So listen, I Googled a bunch of places. No one had any space available. Like there were no reservations. And then I found this one that's near us to where we normally would have had breakfast a couple of years ago. And I called and I'm like, hey, do you have any walk-ins? They're like, yes. And I'm like, all right, I'll be there in like 15 minutes. They're like, okay. And I want to say Are
massages that popular that they're fully booked everywhere?
Yeah, but especially on President's Day or whatever yesterday was. A lot of people had off, and so that's
why we didn't get mail yesterday.
Okay, yeah, that's most important.
I forgot it was President's Day.
So I want to say, because I couldn't fully read the language on the outside, I want to say that they were Vietnamese, and it was like a very local owned, like, yeah, is that a
like a mom and pop?
Like a mom and pop shop. And I've gotten many massages.
Which I don't like that term. I'm changing that. It's the parent shop.
Yeah, let's call it something different. I don't like
pop and pop or mom and pop or
mom and mom.
No, what's a non-gendered
parent and parent? Yeah. Guardian and guardian.
Parent and parent.
So I walk in.
We're off the rails.
I've gotten many a massage my whole life, and the thing is about like places that are, I guess, more typical massage parlors, there are individual rooms per person, like a physical, like you walk in, a door closes, and then like you're in a room separate from another person. This was, when I walk in, first of all, there was just one person at the counter, and I said, hi, I'm here. I called for the appointment or for the walk-in. She's like, okay. Is this
open concept? If you say it's open concept,
so I walk in, and she says, okay, back left. That's all she says. Back left. And I'm like, okay. So I keep walking in, and I notice what I'm now noticing is it's one huge room, but the way it's divided is with like almost like bamboo like separators between each, and then a curtain that comes through each of the like rooms. They're not rooms. They're literally just
they're like cubicles, but high.
Yeah, like very high cubicles with a sheet that covers the door, and she just says back left. So now I go back left all the way, and the door is closed, like it's like pulled. And I said to her, I'm like, oh, like here, and she nods, and I'm like, okay. So I open up, no one's in there, but I didn't get any.
Oh, this is great customer service.
I didn't get any form I had to sign. I didn't do anything with like, this hurts and this is the service that I want, or anything.
Oh, that's what you normally get? You have to check boxes and stuff?
Yeah, you fill out forms and like things that like if you get hurt here or if you die, it's not our fault kind of thing, because it's not really like a medical service. It's more like they're just trying to cover their asses that like in the event that something happens.
But people die during massages?
No, I'm just being dramatic, Chris, as gays do. And so I walk in, and now I'm standing there waiting for like my attendant or whatever to come in. No one's coming in, and it's some time has passed, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is the part where I take my clothes off. So I take my clothes off, and I'm in my underwear, and I lay face down on the little like thing, the mattress thing or the bed, and I put the towel over me, and then someone walks in. Now, here's the thing: you don't hear anyone walking in because there's a little curtain. So someone walks in. And they take the like blanket thing and do like one of those whoosh, over me, but like fully lifted up off of me, which I thought was really strange because at massage parlors that I've been to, they're very particular.
To sneak a peek.
They did want to sneak a peek because they're very particular on like making you as comfortable as possible. So like they're always going to fold things right above you here. They're never going to like get into things and spaces. So she does that whole thing. And then the questions were 60 or 90. And I said 60 minutes. And then they turned.
Oh, I would be all over the place. I'd be like 60 minutes. Is there like a 5-minute option?
No, it was the best thing I've ever had. I loved it. So fast forward, and it was a fantastic massage because unlike, I guess, typical massage parlors that I've been to before where they're really dainty and cautious, she went in. When I tell you, like, it was intense. She went straight down my butt cheeks. She totally did that, and like it was really insane.
She was like, ooh,
at one point,
man.
I think more than 2 hands were on me, which I thought I couldn't process that. But there was no conversation, nothing. And then it finishes and it was an alarm buzzer. Like she went to like an egg cooker and typed in like 60, press start with the real loud beeps. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking like, how is this comfortable for anyone who's like around in other rooms hearing all of this? You know?
That's why it's empty. And that's why they had walk-ins.
Right. And so she finished, and at some point, she also asked, by the way, it was 60, 90, and then the only other question was soft or hard. And I was like, hard, extra hard, like really go in.
Happy or unhappy?
She didn't do that, but it did end on my back. So like if there were a time to do it, it would have been there.
Oh, you were on your back, yeah.
Because I was on my stomach the whole time.
Well, she's probably doing that because, she's sneaking a peek with the whole blanket thing. And then she was waiting for you to pitch a tent so that she could do
Jesus Christ. I can't believe we're even talking about this. And so it ended. She left, and I never saw who it was, ever. I'm pretty sure that it was the cashier, to be honest. And then I walked out like dazed and confused, like where even in the world am I? What just happened? He gave my money and bounced, and that was it.
Yeah, leave the money on the dresser.
Literally the most insane thing I have ever experienced because it just seemed so, like, I don't know what word to use. Like, off the grid. No, it was like really off the grid. Like, I went to a whole other sphere of massages, and I was here for it. Like, I want to go back, and I will go back there because it was so interesting to me. It was not the stuffy sort of like proper corporate setting of massages. It was like underground. Like, I'm sure if I wanted to, which I will never, there could have been like a little bit of a happy situation going on.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like that's why they don't want anything on paper.
Probably.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if they took cash if they took credit or not. I took out cash because I kind of just didn't want to experience a scenario where I couldn't get a massage because I didn't have any cash on me. So, So that's my massage story. And I didn't tell you that yesterday because when I came back, I still was
I feel like I haven't talked to you all week.
Literally, days.
I was like, you do your thing, and I'm going to just play the
You literally said to me, Chris, how is your massage yesterday? And I said, good. And that was it. Mm-hmm. Listen to the story that I just had.
I know.
And I didn't tell you that I was basically fondled.
I've literally been waiting with bated breath this whole time.
To hear all about my massage story. You know what I thought was interesting? The way she started, you never had a massage, but she basically stood on like the table and pushed firmly down on my back, like by my rib cage and my lower back.
How does that not hurt their hands? That's what I don't understand.
I don't know.
Whenever I try to do it, I feel like my fingers are bending backwards and they hurt.
Jeez. When I'm like, Chris, give me a massage. It's literally like, boop, boop, boop. I'm like harder. It's like, boop,
yeah, I'm a gentle being.
Dainty.
No, I'm gentle.
So that's why I go to this place for the hardcore. Yeah. Really.
Yeah, that's why you got to pay the big bucks.
Can we, this doesn't work for me. I need to be able to see incoming stuff.
Well,
I need to get to my story now, but I want to answer the questions after the story is done. Mozzie said 73 viewers. Yeah.
Commenting on viewers.
Mm-hmm. I think I was in the underworld. Let me be specified by paying someone too awkward for me. I didn't see my person either. They get on top of you and use your feet and hands, elbows and knees. Oh my God, was I assaulted? LMAO. I was awesome. Yeah, Kyle.
Yes,
Totally.
I am gentle and I'm also fruity. I don't think I'm flaky though. I think I'm reliable.
I think you're very reliable. If anything, I'm flaky. Paul, it cost $60. I tipped them 20 because I just felt, I don't even know if that was appropriate, like too much, too little, or what. But I just felt in my mind, I think that was a good amount, and I would have done more. And now that I know that that's how good it is, I'm definitely going to do the 90-minute version later. Sam and Watson said, of course, they only take cash. You know, they did have like a register there, but like, I don't know. She didn't even say anything to me other than when I called on the phone and I said, how much is the 60-minute? So when I gave her the 80, I just said, keep the 20, like keep the cash or whatever. And then I left and it was just a thank you. It was so bonkers. It was two in your personal space and not personal aspect at all. They are strong. I'm always amazed. Yes. And if it was who I think it was, she was so little. I thought Chris said gentle bean for half of a second. LOL. My sister did massage for years. She's so strong. Her hands are powerful. Yep, it was a full service place, said Bell and Buttons. Be very careful there. That's amazing. I will say, and not to get too TMI with this, but I will tell you, when you're in that position, in that setting, in that zone, when it's like 50 minutes in and like you are being basically fondled everywhere, it really sort of doesn't matter like who is behind you doing that. It's a little bit arousing, I would say, sometimes.
I can't even get my hair cut by my neck, and I'm like, with the
You're
buzzer.
a little baby boy.
I'm a baby.
Do you remember the story I told you with the masseuse that I had?
I would just be laughing the whole time. I would hate it. It would just be terrible.
It's so good.
I would ruin it for everyone.
Especially in that place.
Yeah.
Whoever
Whoever would get me would just be like, no, career change. No.
Bermuda? Where were we? Punta Cana.
Punta Cana. That was probably the birth of my anxiety.
I got a massage. Oh God. I got a massage from someone.
I don't even remember what happened. I can't tell the story. I'm literally.
She was a very large woman, and she was by far the strongest person I've ever had massage me. But one of the most funny comical moments for me was when I was on my back and she was behind me, so her body was here, and she would reach down my front to like massage me, but her absolutely massive boobs kept pushing right into my face, like practically covering me. Oh, it was amazing. And I was like, so not into it, but into it.
What did I get then?
Oh, Patsy, I'm not getting a couples massage with Chris. Are you kidding me? I'm there to die for an hour. He would be the whole time like, oh, that tickles. Oh, no, firmer. No, not there. No, go down this way. No, absolutely not.
I forget the story of us in Punta Cana with the massage. All I remember is that I think the massage place was literally on the other side of the resort. And I think what I remember happened is you got your massage that was like 60 minutes or whatever. And I went and I was being supportive on vacation and I got a facial.
Yes.
And the facial, I don't know how long it took, like 20 minutes.
Yeah, probably.
And then I went back to the locker room and I realized that we didn't have any cash with us for a tip. And so I took the key from the locker and went across the resort to go get money from the safe in the hotel. And then I came back again. And by then you were in your bathrobe in the lobby, like, where'd he go? Where is he? Because you had finished the massage.
I was livid.
And you couldn't find me. You thought I was abducted.
Literally, I was livid.
You couldn't get your clothes out of the locker room because I had the key.
I went so from a high of like, okay, that was the best massage I've ever had in my whole life, to my fiance is abducted and I'm going to be stuck here for the rest of my life naked
in a bathrobe.
Yep. Yeah, the keys in his locker, the keys to the hotel. Anyway. Bell and Button said Joey still like Chris, hates them. Yes. That is how I feel. So next time we can go get a massage and Joey and Chris can go whatever a non-massager would do during that time, which is probably what, like
shopping, spend money.
I don't know. What's a super like
probably eat like barbecue smokehouse stuff.
Oh, so you're going that route. Like you're
Yeah,
going to be
I was
a
gonna
man.
I'm gonna go eat brisket.
Yeah. That's disgusting. Don't ever say you're going to eat brisket. Yes, we can do it. They can talk about stats. There you go. That's what I was talking
There.
about.
That's a better
Yes,
answer.
that's a much better
Much
answer.
better
I like
than
that.
brisket.
I hate when they try to have a conversation. Oh God, that would be a hard stop. No, absolutely not. You will not talk to me at
Yeah,
all
this
whatsoever.
is what you just do to psst, psst,
Yeah.
anytime. The worst is when you're at the dentist and they're asking you
Yeah,
questions.
I mean,
and I'm
I feel like
why?
they do that on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Recently, by recently, I mean pre-COVID, like 3 years ago. Whoops. I had a situation where my arm right up here was very, very, very sore, and it was one of those like chronic things. And so I went to get a massage, and I was just telling the guy like that's the case, not for fixing it, but just in case. He did some crazy stuff under my armpit where he was like pushing really hard, and it like worked for a little bit.
Oh, that sounds painful.
It was very painful.
Isn't that like a pressure point?
Yeah, and he said, like, are you okay if I do this? I'm like, do whatever you want to do. Take the hammer out, the sledgehammer, the ice pick.
I don't get
do
that.
me hard.
Pizza combo style.
Was there a Curb Your Enthusiasm episode early on with a masseuse? I think early on, someone earlier said there's a masseuse. Masseuse is the dirty word. Massage therapist is the licensed kind. And Mega Meg, I cannot give Chris a massage. Absolutely not. I mean, he is missing out on gold.
we
My
have the
hands are magic hands.
We have a Theragun, and even when I'm in pain and you try to do it, and I just laugh and kick. I can't do it.
You can't. You absolutely can't. Oh my God, no, full stop. The Harrah's Resort in Atlantic City is one of the best spas. You've been to Atlantic City?
Yeah, they used to live in Jersey.
Yeah, but like Atlantic City though, I feel like I've been there enough times for multiple lives of mine. I hate it there.
Yeah, it's fine.
I guess when you walk in, it's fine, but everything just smells weird, and I hate that you live across. You are experiencing such sort of like joy across from the poverty. It's noticeable.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of that in Vegas too, though. And Vegas is a blast.
Yeah, that's true
in
too.
Small increments.
Oh my God, Bell and Buttons. I worked in Atlantic City. It's hell on earth. LOL. It does smell like pee. Absolutely. Totally go to this reflexology place and it's rough, but I love it. I really am that way for sure. Lana, I think you said something. Oh, that's what I would say. Lana earlier said, so you're a boobs man, LOL. Recently, I just talked about that, how like on a person with boobs, like my first ex-girlfriend or my ex-girlfriend, those were fine. They were whatever. It was just everything else didn't work for me.
The Jigglies?
Yeah, the Jigglies. I think Atlantic City Apple Store was the first one that was ever closed without relocating. Yeah, because I think it was bad there. I remember that on the pier. It closed. So, anyway, let's move on to my dad. Yeah, perfect timing. Elias, please tell us how it went with your dad. So, listen. So, let's talk about this. Last time that I spoke about this in June, I want to say, of last year, I had mentioned that my relationship with my father has been very, like, tumultuous or rocky, or maybe also it could be inauthentic. Like, we know, I'm his son, he's my father, and that's fine. But like past any sort of elements of that, there isn't really much
substance.
Yeah, or truth to the conversation, right? To the relationship, I should say. And so one of the questions earlier, I think Lana asked was, who did my dad think Chris was to me? Early on when me and Chris were dating, and before even we were dating, he was just like genuinely like when we were like friends for like that hot.
Yeah, we were
month.
friends for a month before we started dating.
I did talk about Chris as like a new friend, because that's what genuinely, that's what it was. Like, how's work going? Oh, work is great. I met this really fun new friend and like we've been hanging out and stuff without any romantic semblance whatsoever, because that's just not what our relationship was. But I did kind of paint the picture very early on about how smart Chris was and how he was going to grad school and how he was getting his master's and how he was top in his class and whatever. I guess just weirdly talking about him in such a positive way to know that, like, if anything ever came of this, then, you know, I've got a good man and not like some person who's going to bring me down, but instead elevate me. And that's how my relationship with my family and Chris started. Before they even ever met Chris, they knew him as like a friend of mine who I worked with. And then once things got romantic, then I guess fast forward to the time when I threw Chris out of the house.
Into the rose
Into
bush.
the rose bush because my dad had come home really late at night and I got nervous and I didn't know what my dad would think of it if, like, in my mind, it was the equivalent of like having if you're in a heterosexual relationship with someone and the let's say you're the guy and then the girl is like at home in your house when they shouldn't be. That's what it felt like. But like, really, you could have just been a friend. I didn't have to kick you out, you know?
Yeah, thanks. I'm still pulling out the thorns from my butt.
So then fast forward to a time where me and Chris were buying our first house. Actually, there's an in-between where whole long story, but we got forcibly evicted from our house that we were living in and I had no place to live. So I moved in with Chris. This was a year into us dating. And so I told my parents, I'm like, oh, remember that friend that I have from the store or whatever? I'm going to live with him. All is well. Now nothing is questioned. Then we have a situation where we buy our house, our first house, and we have a dinner with my parents and say, you know what, me and my friend Chris are going to buy a house, a condo, and what do you think? Let us know what your thoughts are, whatever. And you know what? Now that I think back on that, obviously, like, that was a moment for us. I in my mind, I thought I played it off really well as if it was like not a relationship situation. Maybe they could have seen that. My mom for sure is much smarter in that regard than my dad is. And so maybe that could have been something that he saw. Fast forward then when we sell our house and buy this one and have my dad build us a 1-bedroom house. Now you might think, how could you possibly be so blind to think that he doesn't know anything? Right. And you would be right, honestly, but I think at the end of the day, the relationship between two people is only really known by those two people and no one else. Like, I don't think anyone else has a say in what that relationship really is like between those two people, except those two people. And so, again, we played it off. We're just friends or whatever. But there was one critical moment where my dad, I think, now that I think back on it, tried in his own way to reach out to me to kind of like ask me what happened. And it was during a time right before we bought the house. And he comes up to me and says, hey, this is like a really good place. It's a great deal. And like, I think I can do a lot of work on it. But what's in it for you? Now, at the time, me and Chris were not married.
No, because it wasn't legal yet.
Yeah.
And it was 2014 when we started construction. But we were together now for eight years.
Oh, yeah.
8
I mean,
years.
we've been established. Like, there is no doubt in my mind that, like, we
Yeah.
wouldn't be together or that anything would happen. And so he asked me that question, and I absolutely panicked. And I just said, oh, you know, it's just, I think it's a really good deal, and we're such good friends or whatever. And I dropped the ball. Like, perhaps that was me. I don't know. But I was...
in those moments, though, it's not easy to have a serious conversation where it's like, if you were expecting that, you should have at that point just said, you know what, this is what it is.
Yeah.
In that moment where you're not mentally prepared for it is not a good time to have those kinds of conversations, in my opinion. I mean, I feel like I had sort of run through this before having the conversation with my mom and everything of like, what is that going to be like? And I don't think that it would have worked for me. And I think we're both similar personalities where just off the cuff, the moment arises and I just am like, hey, I'm gay.
Mm-hmm.
That's just because it just is there's too much uncertainty to all that.
And especially when it's revolving around this huge idea of like having my dad build our house. And then the other element, just so that everyone understands where this whole history sort of comes from. My father is born in the tiniest of tiniest villages in Greece. And his he has no culture outside of that, like outside of that Greek thing. And this is no offense to him, because I think if my dad grew up in a different time period with a different set of like circumstances, maybe he would have been someone different. But I think that growing up, my dad had some really rough times. And I hate to say it, but I think that my dad is someone who grew up very racist, very homophobic, very sexist. And I think that as time has gone on, maybe he's been able to open his eyes. And hopefully now that this has come out, like, maybe he can
I don't
really
want to
open his eyes.
justify it, but I feel like it's like some people are just born in that environment and then they just perpetuate it.
Yeah.
But I feel like he has, like you said, I think he's opened his eyes to that and he's gone past it, which is what people need to do.
Mm-hmm.
And so I commend him for that. Because like when you're born into a situation and you don't know any better, like...
This is literally like, no, not to be too dramatic, but this is like how wars start. Like when there is this concept of I'm forever going to be right and you're forever going to be wrong, no matter what. You will never see my side. I will never see your side. That is how wars, as in two people fighting, start, or a group of people fighting, or countries fighting. Like you can bring it back to the power idea of I'm absolutely never going to say that I'm wrong. Because if I do, then I'm submissive to you.
Absolutely.
And I think what Trump's biggest mistake, aside from everything, was creating an environment that allowed more of that, rather than less of that, but more of that to happen. And I think that's where things get really difficult. So what all this is to say is that coming out to my dad was never a possibility in my mind. My young queer self, when I was hiding in the shadows when I was younger, I could never, ever, ever imagine uttering the words ever to anyone in my family, let alone my dad. That was the last big link to me sort of like coming out. And so, you know, it was a struggle, and we had our ups and downs when we lived together. We had our ups and downs after moving out. I guess one of the worst scenarios was like Trump era politics getting in the way of humanity, essentially. And that was a rough time. I'm not gonna lie, that was rough. But at the end of the day, for the past every time I say that, by the way, I just think of Heidi in the Heidi in Closet. At the end of the day, what is it? Heidi something, F you, and F you. Anyway, that's a little drag race situation there. So at the end of the day, my father and I and Chris have had a very good relationship.
Your dad has always been super nice to me.
At like the highest level. You know what I mean? Like, hey, Dad, I'm calling you because this thing isn't working in the house. Can I get some help? Sure, son, I'll be right there. You know, like that kind of relationship. It's never been like deeper than that. Also,
I mean, I don't have anything like inherently in common with your dad, but he's always entertained conversation. He's never made it awkward. He's always been like just super nice to me.
Yeah, and that's the other thing too. Talk about like we never have anything in common. Yeah, me and Chris are very similar, as y'all can see. And so if you don't have anything in common, I don't have anything in common, except for the fact that I'm Greek by the nature of, you know.
But then you can talk about olives and
horses and donkeys and
lemon and
garlic and
oregano. Yeah, there's so much.
Oh my God.
Feta.
Oh, I forgot. No, wait, I think my mom gave me feta to take. I hope it's in the fridge.
I don't know.
Oh, I didn't check.
Oh, the struggles.
Yeah, because I was looking for feta yesterday and we didn't have any, and my mom's feta is always the best. Only the best. So our relationship was fine. Ish, but again, nothing ever,
except for the oregano. That was a
serious conversation. Yeah, always. So as time went on, it's one of those things where I'm sure many of you can relate to this, but it's very difficult to discuss something after too much time has passed, because then it's like, ooh, shoot, like, we've been living with this elephant in the room, and the elephant is now dusty.
Well, you just become complacent.
Yeah, I'm using it as a headboard, as a headrest. It's comfortable. What if I want to keep the elephant in the room? Like, what if I don't want it? I'm friends with the elephant.
No, I've already done the feng shui of it.
Yeah, exactly. It's in the northeast corner, and it's got an orange. Yeah, and it's got an orange little tablecloth on it. Mm-hmm. Right? So that's what happens, that it gets very difficult to discuss with someone what the ideas of announcing something that could rock a relationship. And that is what I've been working hard to combat. So for quite some time, I've had this idea that, you know what? I will say something at some point, which that alone, by the way, folks, like anyone who has who can relate to this in any kind of way. When I used to think about ever having a conversation with my father, I would immediately get knots in my stomach, to the point where certain Drag Race episodes, which are kind of like all of them, at some point in the workroom, they will discuss their stories of their families and how did your family find out you were gay and when did they find out this and when they find out that. And you'd have all these queens being really dramatic and sad and very genuine. I mean, I can relate to each and every one of them. But ultimately, it was always a thing where when we'd watch it, my stomach would immediately, I would feel visceral, you know, like a visceral reaction. Jinx. And that was really hard. So then at some point when my progress moved from that to, I think maybe one day I can talk about it, that was progress. And then, you know, if I do talk about it, maybe this is what I'll say, progress. And then from there, it was like, when I talk about this, maybe I should do it during this time, progress. And then another one was, well, you know, Ellie's getting older now, and I don't want to start my relationship up with her lying to her about who Chris is to me because she's a little kid, so she's going to talk, you know what I mean? And so I don't want to tell her, hey, we're married husbands, as you know, and then her go tell my dad, and I would hate for my dad to find out that way.
No, I think that's a big catalyst too, for sure.
For sure. But then again, that's progress. And then it turned into the latest progress moment was realizing that I'm forming a script for the things to say in the event of this, like a whole like tree of, if this happens, just say this. If this happens, say this, and so on and so forth kind of thing. Huge progress. Then the other biggest moment of progress for me, which I realized like this is now, I've crossed the Rubicon, and I love saying that word because I only learned it like 3 days ago, and it means crossing a moment in which you're not going to be able to come back from.
Like a point of no return.
Yeah, a point of no return was when I called my dad like 2 weeks ago, and I said, hey, Dad, I'm off this week. Can I come over on a day to hang? And he's like, sure, what day do you want to come? I'll take off of work. And I'm like, Tuesday. I'm like, all right, great. And I purposely did it Tuesday because I knew we'd have a stream. And so I knew that like all hell breaks loose. I could just bounce and be like, sorry, I got a stream. Bye.
Or you could come and unload on everybody. And
or I can come and unload on everyone. Yeah, totally. Right. And so this script idea was comforting, but also like, what if I forget one of them? What if I do this? What if I do that? So the call was the big one. That was a huge moment in time. And then after the call, the decision of, okay, I'm going to do it on this day. And I told Chris. I only told Chris this. I did not tell any other friend, anyone else in the whole entire world, because I did not want the burden of disappointing anyone else by not saying it on today.
Well, now, not disappointment, but then you feel like you're boxed in.
Yeah, like that.
That's the thing is like, and things happen, and you know you're going to tell the story about what happened today, and there were certainly obstacles to overcome, but that, yeah, I mean, you want to be on your own timeline in these situations. And then locking it in with like this person, that person, this person, then you're like, oh crap, I can't go back now and say like, oh, well, it didn't really happen because it wasn't right.
Totally. And you know what?
And so it's better to do that and then come back after that. And that's also, I mean, we're open books on this stream for sure.
As you can tell.
Yeah. And so
I just briefly mentioned that that massages are arousing. So,
and that happy endings are an option.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. You forgot that one. But that we're pretty much open books, and we more or less live our lives that way. Like we are very open people and like to talk and like to have conversations about things, but that this is something maybe you just want to hold close to the vest until it happens. You're ready to talk about it.
And it may be an in the moment. It may not be this big predetermined planned moment. You know what I mean? It might be.
Well, everybody's different.
Yeah, I just don't know. So I didn't tell anyone because I didn't want to set any expectations for anyone else because that would stress me out even more. And so yesterday, you know, telling you all about how I was basically comatose all day. After I told my friends today, Danielle said to me, she was like, you know, I was wondering why you were so MIA for a hot minute. And I was just worried that like, you know, things weren't okay, but they are. So now fast forward to today, I wake up, Chris did all the chores. I did nothing. I just took a shower. I trimmed my beard. I picked out my coming out outfit. My coming outfit.
Trademark that.
Trademark. My coming outfit. I took a shower. I said goodbye to all the cats. And then I bounced. Now, the other element of all this is my dad and my mom live an hour and a half away. And I knew that that drive up there was going to be absolute torture on this day.
Why is it so long? I don't understand it.
It just gets longer and longer. I mean, it says 20 miles away when you're near that point, and it's basically 5 hours more.
I feel like there's a movie where I think of the Mario 64 hallway at the second Bowser's entrance, and where Mario is running to the ending, and it's just going further and further. I feel like there's a movie scene or something from similar vein, but
I know what you're talking about, where it's moving, like the goalpost is moving as you're running towards it.
And that's this drive.
That's the drive.
It's like it's Bermuda's Triangle, but in Pennsylvania.
Oh my God, Sam, I did that once with lotion. Chris bought lotion from one of his friends once and didn't tell me. The box was mislabeled as lotion, but it was really body wash. And so I come out of the shower and I put on this body wash literally on me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why am I so soapy? This is weird. OG Steve, I did absolutely not do such a thing because I didn't want to be distracted in that way. What I did do was listen to Ask Rana and Brian going up, because I know that those two people's voices are super just zoning out mode. You know how when we drove to Florida and we literally for 17 hours listened to them? That was what I did going up, and it was fantastic. And on the way back, of course, after I came out and I'm now gay to the world, I listened to Slut Pop by Kim Petras for like 5 times over.
And Kylie.
No, just Slut Pop, blasted the volume, screaming the lyrics. It was like, yeah, treat me like a, it was bad. It's a real bad song.
I want footage of that.
No, it's gone. It happened. So now, today, I wake up, I do all those things, I get in the car, I decide whether I'm going to take my car or Chris's. My car concerned me because my car's mileage was only 180 miles left. That place is 80 miles away. And then I'm like, do I want to risk being stuck on the side of the road with no energy? And so I take my car, I go up, and I was very cautious, very much like I felt so in tune with my car, like the scene in Avatar in Pandora, like Avatar, the blue people. You know how they connect their tails into the
USB.
Yeah, the little wilderness things, and like they lock in with them. That's how I felt with my car. And so I felt so in tune with how to drive my car properly to conserve mileage that I made it to my parents 80 miles away with only having used 40 miles. I need to get a literal award for that.
I think that you're on the agenda at the next Paris Climate Accord.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. So then, next time, mount a GoPro in your vehicle so you can witness the Slut Pop. I can't. You all need to listen to that. It's literally 16 minutes long. It's the best 16 minutes you'll ever experience.
Paul said he's been listening to it a lot.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Where? I missed it.
Paul said after the last stream I saw,
oh my God, it's so much fun.
Pop a lot.
It's so good. So Elias having sex with his car. Yeah, basically Sam and Watson. So I get up there, and here is my plan. So let me tell you what I had structured. The things that I needed to happen today were that at some point I'm going to get my father outside of the house so that I can talk to him alone. And I would then talk to him and then go from there, right? Like if things are absolutely awful, I get in my car, bounce, I'm out. Or if things are fine, we can have our moment and then go back inside, whatever. But I didn't want to be around anyone else in that moment, like my mom or anyone. I just wanted it to be me and my dad.
Yeah, nobody wants an audience for that.
Halfway up the drive, this journey starts pouring.
Well, no, last night you turned to me and you're like, oh, great. It's going to rain all day tomorrow.
Literally the only words I said to Chris all day.
And I'm like, well, maybe there's going to be a break in it or whatever. You're like, no, it's 100% rain. And I'm like, in Pennsylvania too? And you're like, yeah, in Pennsylvania.
I'm like, it's going to rain everywhere. I scrolled through my weather and I had a Cupertino one from when I went to to Cupertino for Apple a long time ago. And it's at 100% rain. And I'm like, it's going to rain across the whole United States. So I get up there, it's raining. I stopped at a gas station to pick out those snacks as we referenced earlier on, and
the 2 orders of combos and the Pop-Tarts.
Yep. And I also looked at my notes multiple times just to keep reminding myself, what are these branches? What are these trees? Where do I go? What do I do? So I get there, it's raining. And unexpectedly, I didn't know my brother and my sister-in-law and Ellie were going to be there, which was such a great time to see them, but also threw another like little bit of a monkey wrench into my plan. So we're eating, which I also didn't know was happening. I'm picking at my food. I'm barely, my stomach is like, I'm dead.
What did you eat, by the way?
I brought it extra home. It's that like potato, rice, spinach thing she does. Like my dad, I was like, I'll have some. My dad takes the biggest hoofta and drops it on the plate.
Literally eating a rice particle.
Literally, I ate a rice particle and like a potato particle. Like that's all that I ate. So then here's where it gets fun. I didn't know how I was going to get my dad outside alone. And I started mentioning the whole Pandora avatar, sex thing with my car. He was like, oh, do you need to charge your car? Like, can you charge your car? How does that work? And I'm like, yeah, I could just plug it into a wall outlet. He's like, oh, any wall outlet? Okay. Do you want to go outside and charge it? I'm like, yeah, let's go outside. I got to charge my car right now. Absolutely. In this moment, we need to charge my car. So we go outside. It's raining.
Meanwhile,
I'll never forget.
That plug is going to literally give you like a AA battery's worth of charge.
Do you know how many miles I got extra?
Probably 2.
3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. After all of a sudden, then I got 3 extra miles, but I just needed to get him out.
to get out. Yeah.
So
and it worked out.
It totally worked out. So I get him outside and it's now just me and him. No one else is coming. And I'm like, all right, this is going to happen. Then I notice a brand new carport that he built outside in his like huge lot. And I noticed that there was a new car in there. And I'm like, oh, what's that new carport, Dad? Show me. Let's walk far away to this carport. And so we start walking and he shows me his new car. He loves it. And then he sits down on his Kubota, which is like a pickup, not a pickup, like a mini bulldozer, which is like a
bobcat or like a backhoe.
Yeah.
Wait, is that a backhoe? What is that? A
front
crab foot? I don't know.
You're just saying a lot of really bad sexual terms now.
No, crab foot is a thing.
Okay. We'll talk about that later. So then he sits down on his Kubota to point out something in his car and finishes. And I'm like, well, this is it. And I texted Chris 5 minutes before that as I was moving my car to get it closer to the charger. And I said to Chris, I'm about to do it. Texted him.
Meanwhile, I'm nervous because I'm like, look, I don't want anything I don't want drama. I don't like fighting and all of that stuff. And so I was very much trying to remain engaged in the texts with you today. And I was
very much engaged. That was our only text.
I was trying to just make sure that I was like checking.
Okay. Got it.
I looked to see like your travels to see had you gotten there safely, like in Find My whatever nonsense. I was like trying to monitor that stuff. Oh my God, look at Eloise.
Where? Oh, Eloise.
But
look how crooked that Yoda is.
I know. But today was an absolutely ridiculous day at work, of course. And so I feel like I was like on edge to find information out, but at the same time had like so many things lined up at work that I couldn't focus on that. And like here you're dealing with craziness.
Literal craziness. So I texted Chris, it's about to happen. I get my car charging 2 miles, 3 miles. We go sit. He's on his skid steer or John Deere Gator or John Deere Peen or Scoopsy potatoes. I don't know what any of this means.
Potatoes. Wait,
but Scoopsy potatoes is a patch. That is
that I love that. Where is that Scoopsy potatoes?
Right over here. It's so cute. So
wait, I don't see it. I love that.
Right here. I don't know. Just look for scoops. I see it on my screen. I see it on your screen. Up, there.
Oh, it's Imposter Jen.
Yeah.
It's a different color on yours that you're pointing to, I think. Oh, no, it's not.
Gee, Chris, it's mirrored. So in this moment, I know this is it. I'm going to cross the Rubicon. Like, it's happening. So I'm like, Dad, I'm actually here to talk about something different and very important, and it's been a long time coming. Now, if someone says that to you, you probably are going to like, what's going on?
Yeah, it's like, I would be like, oh,
What's happening?
oh God, here we go.
Yeah, right? So I'm sure that that's how he felt. So I tried getting to it very quickly and not like dancing around the subject. And I said, remember that conversation that you had with me once in front of our new house, and you asked me like, what's in it for me? I said, I wasn't truthful that day. I said, it was hard for me to talk to you about this, but I feel like I'm able to tell you the truth now. And me and Chris have been together for like 17 years, and we've been married for 7. And it was out. I said it. Out in the world, I just put it out into the
rainbows
ether.
are out of the mouth.
I
mouth hole.
vomited the rainbows out of my mouth hole. I pooped the unicorn poop out of my butthole. It was out. And now at this point, I'm trying to just gauge his reaction, his facial animation, his eyes, his lips, his mouth, all of it, just to see like, do I run? Do I guard? Do I call 911? At one point, I thought he was going to fake like a heart attack kind of thing, like a dramatic Greek person. Like, oh my God, one of those things. And I'm like, Jesus. So I was ready. I was ready for any scenario, I'm telling you. So that happened, and I keep going.
What if
and
he peed his pants?
I wasn't prepared for that.
I don't think I'd be ready for that either.
No, I wasn't prepared. I'd probably just been like, are you okay? Like, I would have been like, really? Like, right now, this is what you have to do? So I keep going, and I just kind of tell him a little bit about stuff, and he basically was he was much more quiet than I expected him to be right in that beginning moment. And then he said this, and this is where things might sound not as great as you may want to, but from knowing my dad and knowing what his upbringing was is a huge deal. Before I get that, I forgot to mention, I mentioned to him how one of the reasons why I decided to tell him now is because Maria and her mother had a very tumultuous relationship, if y'all remember, where Maria was not spoken to by the mom because she had a baby out of wedlock, which is insane. I did not know that my father was the one who caused their relationship to grow again, because my father told her mom, you need to talk to your daughter, because at the end of the day, she's still your daughter, no matter what you think she is or isn't to you, like what you wanted her to be or whatever. Now, I think
that is a sign of growth from his standpoint. He is... Just to remember, he is the nephew of her, right? Some kind of nephew relationship.
No, he's his first cousin. She is his first cousin.
But she's the adult. Like, technically, he was younger than her. No. Or they're like
he's older
similar.
than her.
No.
My father?
Not than Maria.
What are you talking? Maria was 54, we said.
No, of Agaritza.
Agaritza is like 100.
Yeah, and so what I'm saying is he's the younger one in that scenario.
That's the aunt.
Having the conversation with the older one,
yes,
to correct the issue.
Yes.
And so what I'm saying is the growth that you have as a person, where you're able to have a conversation with an authority or like an older person,
like
somebody who you look
an elder,
to,
like
somebody who you look to as like, okay, well, this person has always been an authority figure in my life, and now I'm going to stand up and say like, no, this is how it should be done.
Yeah,
he had the ability to do that, whereas like, maybe years ago he wouldn't have felt comfortable doing
Sure. And you know what boggles my mind and really pisses me off? Out of all of the family members we have in Greece, the like 50 of them, right? That are all within
have
close.
To be him?
It was my father from America who called her and said, "What in the F is wrong with you? You need to talk to your daughter because she's your daughter." Look at Cheddar.
Oh my God, Cheddar! Look at these kitties. They're just all engrossed in this
story. So then, when I found that out about my dad, which was about 3 weeks ago,
thanks, Kathy.
I knew very much that like, okay, things have changed, and maybe if I tell him, I can use that in a way like against him. in a good way, a little bit conniving, but just to basically say, like, look, you said that about your cousin. How could you possibly not stand up for your son that way? That's what I was thinking. So when I mentioned this to him today, and I said, hey, what surprised me is that you said that about Maria to her mom, and it worked, and blah blah blah. I feel comfortable telling you this now because it's very important to me, and I need you to know who I am, and I don't want there to be any lies or secrets between us anymore because I love our relationship so much, and I want us to grow, and blah, blah, blah. And this is what he said. This was the first words out of his mouth, which, again, I think may sound worse than they are, but to me, they are gold.
Did he say it in Greek or did he say it in English?
It was all in English, which I was surprised by. I was genuinely, because that was another thing I talked about with my therapist, that I know Greek at like an 8th grade level. He knows English at like an 8th grade level. So where do we go from there? How do we communicate what we want to say?
That's also part of it, though, I believe.
Oh,
like
huge
in
part
what
of it.
you're going to say, like how it can be interpreted.
Yeah. So what he said is, look, he's like, I don't like it. I don't know about it or may not know about it, but I am absolutely here to support you no matter what because you're my son. That's
So look,
full stop. Holy McMoly, huge for my father to say that.
Yeah, what I want to say on that is that how that in that translation conversation that you're talking about, that I don't like it could be him just saying I'm not gay. You know what I mean? Like, and you know what I mean?
Oh,
When
like,
you told me
I don't
this,
like it because
it's like it's not my cup of tea. Like,
Yeah.
where somebody might say that, like, and I don't get it. He's
Interesting.
sort of following up on that, saying like I don't fully understand it. But the important thing is that at the end, he's following it up saying that he's in support of you.
Yeah.
And so I think like you kind of prefacing it with, hey, it sounds bad. It's also probably sounds like
a language
worse
thing.
because of the language situation.
That is so interesting, Chris, because I didn't think of it that way. But now I guess it could be interpreted that way. He did say the one thing, and there's a little bit more I want to add, but he did say one thing about
It
how...
would be like if you came out as straight and I'd be like, ew, why? I don't get that. But like, of course we're still friends. You know what I mean?
Well, maybe don't say the ew. That's not a nice thing to say.
Well, like, I mean, I'm just joking.
I get
but-
what you're saying, but maybe let's lessen that. Like, ugh, gross. What's wrong with you? So he said that, and then he did say something else too, which again, total language thing, where he said, and the name that I know isn't good or something. What I think he's saying, and this is me interpreting, I think he probably associates gay as like the F word in English, like, the bad slur for gays. And in Greek growing up, he probably knows of it as like a really bad term. So I think what he's saying is, I don't like it. This is the word that I know that represents that. But aside from that, you're my son and I'm going to support you. You know what I mean? And I think that's where this growth comes from.
Yeah.
So at this point, I'm losing it. I'm like, wait, I'm not going to be like kicked out of my family. Like, I'm not shunned. I'm like, this is bonkers. Like, I'm like on cloud 9 at this point. So we're chatting a little bit. I'm telling him how much Chris loves him and how our relationship has been so great. I didn't tell you this either. When I said, I just want to make sure that you're very aware of what's going on in my life, he said, do you mean like what happened or what's going on now or what's going to happen? I think he maybe thought like I was announcing to him something bad, like that I'm telling you this because I need you to know that like something bad is going on. But I was like, no, like I just want to be honest with you because for the past like 15 years, we have had such a good life and I didn't ever get to share that with you about any of it because of the fact that felt like I couldn't talk to you about any of it, but I want to be able to talk to you about it. And he was like,
that's great.
and he was like nodding and like listening and stuff. And then he said at the end, it got, to that, like we've wrapped up the conversation kind of thing. And he is still on the image I have is him sitting on that stupid tire of his Kubota. And I go in and say like, can I have a hug? And he stands up and gives me a hug and says, of course you will always get a hug from me. And I was just like, I can't even tell. I'm getting like right now I'm getting a little bit emotional because I didn't get emotional all day. So that was that. And we went in and we started laughing about stuff, and Ellie came to the door and greeted us, and she was funny, and it was just an unbelievable experience. And whether we continue to talk about it immediately, because I did say to him, I'm like, I know this is going to be hard on you, and I know that like you might need time to process it all, but like I want to make sure that we're here for each
like
other,
it
whatever.
seemed like he didn't need time to process
Well,
it.
what I mean is I'm not going to go to him tomorrow and be like, hey, Dad, me and Chris are having some issues and I would like your opinion on it. Like, I'm not going to go to him tomorrow and like
what should I go more femme or more mask?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dad, I don't know.
You need to dial it up, take it to 11.
Yeah. Well, even my therapist was like, when you do this and like, because I do drag, my nails are painted, my ears are pierced, which by the way, he didn't say anything about my ears today again.
Yeah, because he's like, give me a little bit. Give me time.
I noticed my nails are not done. Basically, I think like it should be like one step at a time. And at this point, not that I'm going to be like, hey, Dad, you know what else I like to do? I like to dress in drag and I don't know, wear chicken cutlets on my chest. So anyway, one step at a time, but that's how it ended. And I left and I was thrilled and I loved it. And I mean, I honestly don't think it could have gone any better than it did. And I'm driving home and I'm calling my friend Danielle because Chris was too busy at work, stupid work.
I know. I was presenting, so it wasn't even like I could like step away. And I was literally
of course, I know.
in the middle of presentations.
And then my friend Danielle, we never have been on the phone before up there, but there's no service. Like it's bad driving home.
Oh, I believe it.
It's bad. And so I'm like, Danielle, and then he said, click. But no, and then he was all like, click. And I'm like, I'm gonna call you back in like 20 minutes. I can't. This is stressing me out. So it's over. I'm out. I'm gayer than I don't know.
If you all didn't think he could be gayer, now all of a sudden he is.
So did he know that everyone in your family already knew? Dixie asked. I'm going to look back at these questions because there's a lot happening. But the answer is I kind of just, because another reason I was concerned was I didn't want my dad to find out that my mom had already known about us. And so what I said to him was like, don't worry about talking to mom right now. I will talk to her and tell her, and then we'll all come together and talk. Just to separate it all and have him think that she doesn't know. So like at the moment in time, I'm certain that he is like not talking about this at all. He's probably like, oh, thank God that conversation's over so that I can pretend I don't know anymore.
So
I'm just kidding. I don't think he's like that. But I need to get back and look at some of these
No,
comments.
Paul asked a great question, and it's not an impolite question about who attended our wedding. So Paul, we had super small wedding where we went to a courthouse. Sue and Danielle, who have both been on the stream, were our witnesses for our wedding at the courthouse. My parents were at the wedding, like at the courthouse with us, and we went out afterwards to Hoboken to the
W, I think.
Yeah, for drinks afterwards.
Yeah.
But we went to Sushi Lounge.
Oh, right, for dinner. Yeah.
Where our first date was with your brother. Oh my God, and your cousin was there. Jeez.
Yeah.
Your cousin was at the wedding, and
My toe.
your brother was at like when we went out to dinner and everything. So super small, just really, super close people in our lives. But what's interesting is that if we were ever to do like a 10-year whatever, like,
they're invited.
then they could be invited and it's no big deal.
Yeah. Listen, you know how like nothing is absolutely perfect and you can always find like a little bit of room for like complaining. The one thing I'll say, and this is, I'm thrilled about today, but I will say it kind of sucks a little bit like when you announce that you've been married for so long and there's no like congratulations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but that's a lot of information.
I know.
You're like,
I'm not
like, you're like, I'm gay. Here's my milestones in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
I'm gay. I have been together with somebody for 16 years or whatever it is. We've been married for 7 years. Okay, now digest.
Yeah. Also, we couldn't be married prior to 7 years. So at 7 years, the law changed in the United States of America at the federal level, which allowed us to get married. And now fast forward and digest. Go.
Oh my
So-
God, beach, please. Like I don't like planning parties. 10-year vow renewal sounds like a blast. If you want to plan it, I'm here to support and pay for it. I just don't want to plan it.
I'm going to go up and look at these comments. And also I just saw someone ask, do we think my dad is watching the stream? Absolutely not. My father, like, this is no diss to him, but he has never really had a proper education. So therefore he's like partially illiterate with certain things, and technology in particular is something he just does not know. So if somehow my father got to this stream right now, he wouldn't even understand what he's looking at. Like, what is he hearing? He's like, oh, well, that's definitely not them. This must be someone else, right? There's no way he knows, you know? So let me just go back up and let me catch up on some of these comments. Because there's a lot. And oh my God, this skid steer thing and scoopsy potatoes, I'm dead. I don't even know what that
Scoopsy potatoes,
is.
I love it. I don't know what it is, but I'm here for it.
I should have had Skittles as my candy, Deb. Deb, listen, I did not think that whole thing through as well
Wait,
as
why
I could
Skittles?
have. Taste the rainbow, Christopher.
Oh my God. I thought it was because you gave Skittles out to your kids and they had to tell more secrets about themselves.
More secrets. No, I didn't think it through. I was honestly just hungry and I needed to snack on something. And as I got in the car, I'm like, what is a good coming out snack? I don't know.
Scoopsy potatoes. That's a good snack.
So Imposter Steve said, your mom really never said anything to him ever. I don't think that she did, because when I first came out to my mom, she had some pretty terrible things to say to me about coming out to him, as in like, don't ever do it because it would really upset him. But I'm sure since then a lot of things have changed, you know. I think that's pretty great. The takeaway that is that he supports you. Absolutely, Charlie boy. Absolutely. JJG said, I love it. Chill, said Mare. Charlie boy said, what was your mom's reaction when you told her years ago? Not good. Can I tell you, actually, how ridiculous is it that in my life, every member of my family that I've told, my father is the best coming out story?
Yeah, well, I had a similar situation because I thought that my dad would be so against it, and then my mom wasn't. My mom was similar, like where
she was similar until she found out that there was a football player who's
yeah,
gay.
she was like, well, I just want you to be happy and blah blah blah, and like, look, again, you went through planning for it. I went through planning for it of what that conversation actually looks like. The people on the receiving end can't go through planning. Like, they're just on the receiving end. And so
In that
that's
moment,
that's their immediate
Natural
reaction.
Yeah.
And so they may say things that they don't really think through fully. And maybe, like, and so
Yeah, they're
that's-
reactionary, whereas you are like not.
Yeah.
We literally
prepared.
have trees of content prepared, you know. What was your mom's reaction? I just mentioned that. Let's be honest. Chris would say, ew, said beach please, which he totally would. People can grow and change no matter their age. Huge takeaway here. And actually, Danielle said something to me really fascinating about how at the end of the day, there is no timeline for anyone other than their own. So basically,
I love that.
Me too. And you should not compare yourself to anyone else doing something similar you're doing. It took me nearly 40 years to come to terms with the fact that I literally said to my father today that I'm gay without saying the words gay, because I don't even know if he would understand what that means. And here I am. I can't believe it. I'm like, I want to scream it from the mountains that this happened today. I'm blown away. How are the interactions, relationship between your dad and Chris? Do they get along? Really well.
100%. Yeah.
Really well.
He's super awesome.
Always gives him a hug. Always says, how's he doing? It's just really, sorry, I'm like taking your words out of.
No. I mean, you're covering it. I think that he's just been, from day one, he's always been really awesome.
It's amazing to me that this is a revelation to Eliza's dad, but I'm so happy it has happened. Thank you, Paul. I am too. All these hearts, and I love it. Love it. That's terrific. Oh my God. OMG. I'm not crying. You're cutting onions, said Chrissy. Lana put hearts as well. Oh my God. All these hearts. Super sweet. Elias, hearts. Now you can wear your rings and tank tops, right? So listen, our rings have been on from the day that we've worn them. I've never taken them off or hid them from him, which I think is crazy that like he's just so oblivious to probably either know and not say anything. I personally think the elephant is in the room, like I said earlier, and it's been just stuck. and no one's going to talk about the elephant.
Yeah,
in the room,
it's
you
been
know?
properly feng shuied now.
Exactly. You got a giant weight lifted off your shoulders, 1,000,000,000%. But the big deal is I can now wear my tank top around him in the summer and not give a crap what he thinks. Do you realize that revelation?
Yeah, it's all about the tank tops. We've known this. I've been yelling that.
I know. It's good you were able to talk to your dad about this, losing my father last year, being able to just talk about things you take for granted. And that was a big deal. I'm sorry to hear that, Steve.
Oh, Steve, I'm sorry.
And that was a big deal for me where I said to him, I'm like, I'm telling you this because I want to make sure that we have an honest relationship no matter what. Like if I go or you go, like I don't want that to be the, lose our opportunity to have this conversation. Got a little something in my eye. Sorry, when will he meet Alexandra? He probably will not. I bet he'd be like, all right, go have as much gay sex as you want. Women's clothing, absolutely. I draw the line. It's done. Yeah, baby steps with that aspect, for sure. So did he know everyone in your family knew? I mentioned that one. So happy for you, Alexandra the Gay. You get to wear your tank tops. Oh my God, everyone obsessed with the tank tops. Mega Meg too. So happy for you too. Look at how successful you are, Elias. Your father sees you as a son who is a wonderful human being and very successful in your career.
Aww.
Kathy, thank you for saying that because that was another element for my confidence that allowed me to realize no matter what he says, it will not take away the fact that I'm in a loving home. I have a loving family. I have the best kitties in the world. We have the best community in the world that we stream to. Like these things happen.
I mean, what I texted you on your way, it was like, look, no matter what happens, like you always have me, you always have the muskrats. And a bottom line, that's
you texted me that?
Yeah, I did. Didn't I? You were probably stuffing your face with combos, double order.
I mean, legit, I did not see a text come through.
I think you liked it. Yeah, I said, and you always have me and the muskrats, and that's what matters. And then you sent a picture of yourself.
I never saw that. I literally never saw it because I sent the picture of myself and I said, in case I go missing. I said, here's what I look like today in case I go missing. Use that as my last pick. I said.
Oh, God. Well,
I'm sorry that I never responded to that. That's so sweet. It literally came. I must have sent you the message as you sent that and I missed it.
Pictures take up all the space.
OMG. I'm dead. That is so funny. I'm quite excited that Elias had a good interaction with his dad. Me too. I'm excited. Coffee is Super said, do you think Ally Bank is an LGBTQI ally? I don't know. Maybe. I hope so. Do you think your dad and mom have had a big combo after you? Combo.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they did, Heidi. I'm telling you. I
mean, based on how you described it, it seems like you had the conversation outside, you went back in, and everything was status quo. It was like a blip in the radar. Not to minimize it, but it's also kind of good that it's minimized. But that, like, it wasn't like you went back inside and it was uncomfortable. It seemed like it was fine.
Yep. Lana said, please let me plan your vow renewal. And Beachy said, well, I guess we have a 10-year party to plan on it. That is too funny. And
that would be
said,
amazing.
Let's plan one. Speaking on Scoopsy Potatoes, is there a patch tonight? Yeah, there is.
Oh,
and
there
there's
is
also
a patch.
1 o'clock. But I just want to catch up on the comments before I lose track. So you didn't tell your mom that you told your dad. I didn't yet. I will tell her, but it's just one of these things I need for things to like settle. And then I want it to be done in a natural way where when we do all come together again, it's not like supremely awkward. Because look, at this point, it's established. Everyone knows everything, but not.
So wait, when I go next time, do I have to explain to him that I'm gay? Like, hey, just to be clear.
Next time we go, Chris, we need to go in our tank tops. We need to go in our the sweatband that you gave Doggy Pack.
Now, yeah.
And our rainbow bands and that eye makeup that I did when I was too gay. Remember? Yeah, that.
Can I now I can finally drive my truck up fully glammed out.
With the balls.
Yeah. No, I think we
Oh, wait, no, we said vagina.
Labia.
Yeah, sorry. Oh, that would excite him. I think if people truly realized how much more common homosexuality, bisexuality was, the stigma would lessen. There was actually something up earlier that I wanted to read that Sam had said about being bi, and I lost it because it was right. Oh, wait, why is it like not even going all the way up? Yeah, that's weird. But I missed what that comment was. I apologize. Yeah, Imposter Steve, that's the goal about if people truly realized how much more common homosexuality, bisexuality was. Basically, what you could say there is anything other than heterosexuality, like any version of anything other than like cis-het stuff, cisgendered heterosexual stuff. That's how we will grow as a community. Lana said, I can't wait for the day that no one has to come out where it's just, this is me, this is my person. Exactly.
Aw, that's really sweet,
It still
Lana.
baffles me how anyone cares who anyone else does anything sexually with. Exactly. Same. I could never understand it. You're all so wonderful. And this is why, like, I just love this community and I love you all so much. Oh, I thought you took your rings off. Okay. I feel like I knew on some level for sure. Yeah, no, we did literally. I mean, we wore these rings all the time. What about Ellie? Aren't you both godfathers? Was there not a service for that? Jen Brambilla. Yes, there was. And it was the most awkward experience of our lives because the priest didn't want Chris up there. And it was just so strange. And our sister-in-law, Elle, was like, absolutely not. He's going up there. This is my service. We're paying you to do this. And it was you walking around behind me. I can't.
It was really uncomfortable. Elle is just a special person, though.
The fact that she stood up with you for that, that's amazing.
She's a super special person.
Patsy said you two are definitely the cutest. That would be a combos commercial. Missing text while stuffing your face with combos. Combos of the pizza variety are amazing, said OG Steve. Do you think your dad knows what the rainbows symbolize? You know what, Beach Please? Probably not. I think it's just going to be like, look, we're married, so we got similar tattoos. That's it. I'm so happy for you, said Moonstar Cats. My father passed away a little over a year ago. We both knew how much we loved one another. You would regret leaving anything unresolved. Exactly. Aww. And I'm so sorry to hear that. So, yeah. We are caught up. I'm baffled. One thing I want to say before we go into the rest of our spiel, which is Craft-A-Cam and Wine O'Clock. Can we just do Wine O'Clock first?
Yeah, of course.
Because I would like some wine. The one thing I want to say is that, again, apologies for being a little bit like not in it for the past week as things have been real weird. I promise things will get right back in. I do not have a schedule set up. I will have one set up for you. I do not have a recap. I will get a recap and I will have plans for the like remainder of the week and stuff. I'll catch up on Discord. There has just been in my brain and too much going on for me to do more.
And my brain is obviously all over the place because I can't even hang a picture. It looks like I need my V8 big time.
Chris, I can't even stand what I'm looking at.
So bad.
It's so bad.
But we did get a frame for Jen and Steve's picture, and thank you guys. It looks amazing.
It's amazing.
It looks amazing if it were straight. But you know what?
That's what my dad...
No straight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God my dad didn't say that to me today. Mm-hmm. You would look so much better if you were straight.
Yeah.
You know?
And I took off.
Thank you, Kathy.
You know what I did? I took off tomorrow in preparation for whatever happened today. And now tonight and tomorrow can just be party
we're going to
time.
have a blast. We'll play video games after this. We'll watch, there's some TV that I want to catch up on. We have to watch Big Brother. And Paul said, Eliza applause for you. That's a wonderful tale that I'm happy to have heard. Thank you so much for listening. Chrissy said you've had a lot on your mind. It's totally fine. Thank you, Chrissy. Jen said, even Eloise is bothered by it. OGC
Look at her
said,
staring at it like, who the hell put this picture on the wall?
Deb said, how dare you prioritize a major life event over us? Katie said, can you play Among Us sometime soon? I love watching you all play. We can. That's actually one of the games that's still in our queue of like people who picked that. We also have Phasmophobia that Crimars picked. And we also have a clarinet solo that I need to prep for that Mega Meg picked. Those are the only 3 things left in our queue of stuff to do. This week coming up, like Friday and Saturday, I did think last Saturday we said we're going to play Mario Kart again on Saturday. So be prepared for that. I'm not 100% sure what we're doing on Friday yet. Okay, now let's get to Wine O'Clock. Holy McMoley, it's 9:40. Oh, I forgot to take those ratings off from the... that's the wrong one. Go to the full wine one.
Oh, there's a full wine now?
There's been a full wine.
Wait.
Hold on. You got it? Yeah, I forgot, Chris. We should have been on the full cameras only the whole time. But it's fine because we talked about Eloise's stuff. So this wine is called Canvasback. I can't really pull this. Oh, wow. I did that well. It's called Canvasback, and excuse me, but it was $35.
Holy McMoly.
I felt, listen, we are on a roll tonight. We did well. I love my life. And shout out, by the way, while this is going on, to Chris for being a fully supportive husband and being there for me every step of this way and making sure I had everything that I needed. It would have never been possible to do this without him. So
Except when you called and I sent you to voicemail because I was presenting.
I never called.
Oh, I'm just kidding.
No, I just said, can I call? And you said, no, I'm presenting, period. No, he put sad face because he really wanted to be a part of it. It's called Canvasback, Washington State. It's a bird, a duck that's on the cover. It's from Red Mountain 2017 vintage. And it says, home to some of Washington State's most celebrated vineyards, Red Mountain is renowned for Cabernet Sauvignon. With ideal southwest-facing slopes and significant day and nighttime temperature swings, this small but highly prized area in eastern Washington produces exceptional wines.
$35 worth.
Named for the canvasback duck, which is native to the Pacific Flyway, this wine was crafted from grapes cultivated by some of Red Mountain's finest growers, not showers. With Canvasback, our aim is to express and develop the depth, structure, and sophistication that defines wines from this young and exciting appellation. What does that word mean again? Not Appalachian Trail like that way. It's like appellation, A-P-P-E-L-L-A-T-I-O-N.
I forget.
Yeah.
It means
Pour me some wine.
drink up.
That's what it means. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this looks brown.
Wait, really? It does not look like Chris is looking at Elias. What do you mean? I think it does, no? Look at me. Are you looking at me?
Yes.
Hold on, just keep looking at me because I want to see it up on your screen.
Well,
Oh, that's weird. Oh wait, now you are. Yeah, no, I think it looks
No,
like
but
it
you
now.
were looking down at the bottle reading it. That's why.
I love Washington State wines. Ooh, this has a really nice smell.
What's the percentage?
14.9, excuse me.
Oh, that's where the extra $15 comes in.
Chris is the sweetest. Aw,
Thank
we're the
you.
best spouses that Paul knows of. ABV, sorry, is 14.9. Have we been cheering too much? $35 is fancy, but this was a one-off. I did it because I just wanted to celebrate today. Yes, Abishi, that's in the book, the Bambi's Goal event, for sure. I don't know if you missed it. It's Drag Queen Bingo. It's gonna be a thing. I just haven't done it yet. Drag Queen Bingo, and guess who the drag queen is?
Oh, I just went in. Oh, I get a little bit of licorice.
I get a little bit of licorice too. I need to go in a couple more times.
I get licorice and it's very smooth.
This is, yeah, it's delish. It's easy. It's flavorful, like as in depth is full. Well, I don't know what the words are.
Yeah, and it leaves a good aftertaste. It's not like, sometimes you get it and you're like, "Oh, I swallowed it," and it's delightful.
No, I don't want it anymore.
But then it's like
Yeah.
like you have a hairball afterwards,
Yeah.
or it's like you drink
Yeah.
something nice and then you have gasoline left over afterwards.
Yeah. That's not this.
That's not this.
No, this is also what I like. When it touches my tongue sensors, it leaves a weird little like electric bolt that we talked about, what is it? V8?
No, the V9 or the 9V.
9V, the 9-volt buzz, it starts with that, but then it like coats the receptors in my mouth in a very luxuriating way. And then when I swallow it, it just leaves this sort of like, kind of thing.
I get a little bit of when those Cool Breeze things that come in the little hockey puck?
Tell me again?
The
what?
hockey puck that you can get, the Cool Breeze,
What's a
mints,
Cool Breeze?
The mints.
Oh, yeah.
If
The
you
one where
eat
it's
it,
like
but-
you could share with the bigger one, but it's only for me for the little hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have that, take away the mint flavor because there's zero mint flavor in this. But when you exhale with that
Yeah. The coolness.
that refreshing breath that
Yeah.
you have come out.
That's a good way to put it.
That's what I get with this. Not
Yeah.
not the mint flavor. I want to be clear on that.
Yeah.
It's not a mint flavored wine.
No, but it's refreshing.
But it's
Absolutely
refreshing.
refreshing.
Like I could drink this as like in my water bottle when I'm running on the treadmill. It's refreshing.
I know how to rate mine. And I'm going for that.
This is teetering.
What'd you do, 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did 6 too. Look, here's why I didn't do 7. I'm going to switch away from Craft-A-Cam for a sec. I want to talk about why I didn't do 7. I didn't do 7 because the last time we did 7 was the $100 bottle of wine. And also we decided sort of retroactively that the dirty bottle was a 7. So if we're comparing most closely, I should say, to the dirty bottle, the dirty bottle, I think, is still one small notch better than this one.
It's just a little smoother.
A little bit smoother, and therefore I'm have to then give
I
it
feel
less
like-
than the dirty bottle.
Yeah, I feel like this is a 9-volt battery. I would really like a 7-volt battery. The little tinglies are just
a little bit too
notch
much.
too tingly.
Like I
And
have
it's
to-
really it's really just you're pulling at straws, but I think it's fantastic. I would say if we did tails, I would do 6 muskrats and a tail.
yeah, for sure for this one.
1,000,000%.
1,000,000%. Yeah, I just
It's
didn't want to do 7
very
because I
much
didn't
on the
wanna-
cusp of a 7.
Appellation is French for named. It does not look like Chris's look. Oh yeah, we talked about that, but that's so weird that it doesn't look like that we're not looking at each other. This new preset view from the Switcher is very up close and personal. Yeah, it's super up close and personal. Dust bunnies, I would say very few, if any, dust bunnies. Smooth, no chunks for sure.
I would say 0 dust bunnies for sure.
I figured I would hope against licorice, but since it's not dry, they like it. Yeah, I don't love licorice to be honest, but I like this one.
licorice.
I figured I would hope again. Oh yeah, we said that one. I missed the drag bingo announcement, said Jan Bernbeal. I used to frequent a drag bingo many years ago. When you got bingo, you had to yell dildo and then got spanked with one. It was a blast. Maybe we can make all of those things happen. But for sure, the next big thing that we're going to be doing on here is going to be drag bingo for sure. So Elias, that should be what's written on the bottle. I don't know what that was. I don't want to experience a hairball. Ew, Chris. Both of your faces look so smooth on this close-up view, said Katie. I don't mean that to sound creepy, by the way. Thank you so much. This
Aw,
filter
thank you.
definitely works. Just kidding. There's no filter. It's just like a combination of the cameras. Let me be honest. I bet the cameras are like lower quality than like an iPhone camera. And the light that's coming onto our faces definitely helps to smooth out. So like, I don't know if you met me in person that this is what my skin would look like to you. Is what I think. I don't know, but I'll take the compliment.
I think your skin looks great.
Thanks. I think yours does too.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Cheddar, you look great too.
Yeah, this is high praise for battery wine. I wish I could find the dirty bottle where I live. Oh, it's so good. But the name of the dirty bottle was like,
A Chateauneuf de Peu.
yeah, Chateauneuf de Peu. That one.
It's so good.
You could Google dirty bottle. Like it's literally called outside of the real Chateauneuf de Peu. It's called dirty bottle. Your description of how wine felt on your tongue and then it went down. And then as it went down, I meant. Oh, yes. Yes. Sure, Pam. We should definitely write that. Chateau. I think it was Chateauneuf. I remember that clip of us. Chateauneuf de Peu.
De Peu.
Or whatever it was.
Not chateau like the house, like Chateauneuf
Yeah.
de Peu.
What else? We have a
Thank you, Pink NS.
thing, Chris. We have a thing to give away.
Oh my God! Yeah, we have Craft-A-Cam. I'm just engrossed
there's
in the
something
story
else that
and
I
this
wanted to
wonderful
share.
wine
How
and
cute
the
is
evening.
Heidi, this is the cutest little thing.
All right, Elias, I can't do without some music.
What are we
Give me
doing?
some jams. Craft-A-Cam. Oh no, my ears are crying. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I'm peeing today because I did not drink nearly enough water from my drive and stuff. I was nervous the whole time, so.
Aw, thanks, Chrissy, for the patch reveal announcement. This one is a little bit of hopefully a self-fulfilling prophecy, I would say. I feel like I really relate to this patch. So I'm going to show it and then I'll just talk about it. It says...
Turn on your lights.
I do have my lights on. I don't know what's going on with them.
No, don't you have to press a button over
No,
there?
I turned it on already. It says on a strict diet and it's Cookie Monster. I am absolutely a huge Cookie Monster. I love cookies so much. I don't know what it is, either cookies or cheesecake. Very much on the, they're competing in my mind. But I will eat a solid box of cookies and not be mad at it. And so I don't know where this idea came from. I don't know where 90% of these ideas come from, but I'm just like, I wanted to do something with cookies, and I really should just write down the stream of consciousness that I have when I'm thinking of these ideas. But I was like, cookie. And then I was like, oh, let's do a Cookie Monster. And then Cookie Monster. And then I'm like, what am I going to write on this thing to convey the fact that cookies are really a staple to everyone's diet?
Everyone is losing their mind.
And so I put on a strict diet, and that's what my that's my story.
Fun story. As I'm in bed dying yesterday, I'm sitting there watching an episode of Euphoria, which, by the way, Imposter Steve and Jen, that show is really good. And something you said really struck me about how the cinematography is perfect. Like every scene is like a screenshot of perfection. I'm obsessed. It's so good. While I'm watching that and cowering in the corner, Chris brings me this and is like, oh, look, my new patch. And I'm like, oh, it's super cute. And that was it. Like I couldn't even process this patch, but it's adorable. It's great.
Thank you.
Good job, Chris.
This is honestly, this is a patch that I would put on a hat. Like this is, I might make another one because I really like this one. I like the colors. I really like the color of Cookie Monster, to be honest. And you know, I think it's just fun. And so
Doggy Pack put a bunch of blue hearts, which I think implies that
aw,
he also is a Cookie Monster.
I love cookies. Okay, so this is where it started. The original one, this is the original. So I made the border a little bit thicker on the outside here. I changed some of the stitching on the inside. It's probably hard to see on the camera. The thing that maybe is not as noticeable, but it's noticeable to me, is sometimes when I create these outlines and I draw them, the loops kind of like get too tightly close to each other.
I see it already.
When these like little bunches happen over here, see like these little fur tufts that happen when I go like in and out in like a small area. What ends up happening is when it does these stitches back and forth, you get these like weird like shadow lines here that happen. If you see that,
I will say it's hard to see it.
Let me
Chris.
see.
Like, sorry, I just moved the
look at
mouse.
this. Look at this line here. This little like almost like a dashed line in the stitch.
Oh, I see it.
And then in this one, it's gone.
Wow.
And so that I'm like just really conscious of, because what ends up happening is when this little blue part here, this little fur tuft goes in and stitches in, it tries to like correct it, and it creates this like unappealing dashed line in the stitching. And so when I fixed it in this one, but that's just like that. Those are kind of the things that I look for in it, but not any really major corrections other than those couple of things. This is 15,096 stitches, 29 minutes to stitch. And
crazy that's 30 minutes.
Yeah, I want
This little
to
Cookie Monster.
Yeah, I want to get a black hat, because I haven't worn a black hat in a while. I want a black hat, and I want to put this one on it because I really like this one. But anyway, we're going to give this one away to the community. I've got one for the board.
Yeah, we could do it. Like, we could start it soon. Don't do anything yet, folks, but we can start it soon. I want to say that Heidi and Lana both messaged saying that Bell Meg the chat's not working, but wanted to say, quote, "For some reason my chat isn't working. Could you let them know I've been crying and cheering aloud for Elias and yelling out correcting their pronunciations this whole stream with a little, look at that little, like, I don't know how to pronounce that, what to describe that little face as. It's like that super cute sort of like,
yeah, it's like the like not emotional,
it's like crying, but like in a good way. It's like an overly cute thing.
Yeah. It's like a puppy dog eyes.
Tell Bell Meg that we love her and that thank you for that.
Wait, what were we mispronouncing?
Probably like the wines and stuff.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, the Chateauneuf de Peu.
And I do want to talk about really quick about Euphoria. So let me just, if in case you don't watch, folks, I was giving it not enough of a chance, I would say, because it's weird to say that you enjoy a show about high schoolers overdosing, or not overdosing, but like being drug addicts and like involved in a lot of like crazy sexual exploits. But I have to say the filming of it, the music, the artistry, the characterization is remarkable. I just recently, if you all watched the episode with the carnival, an episode in season 1, I'm blown away by the cinematography, the way that you just moved from one part of the carnival to the other part of the carnival, and just the scenes, each and every one of the scenes is beautiful to look at. It's so, so, so good. So there's that, and I can't wait to watch more.
Can I start the raffle before you continue?
Heidi said that pot cookies are fantastic too. I've never had, and I'm not opposed to. I would love to try one day, but I've never had.
Okay, so
Is it happening?
Going
Eloise is up. Eloise, you just jumped?
Oh, she wants cookies. Okay, the raffle is going for the Cookie Monster patch.
Can we go back, Chris?
That blue looks just delightful.
It really does. And the eyes, someone said, look perfect.
Wait, why is it not focusing? There we go.
Because we have crap cameras. That's the next thing we need to upgrade.
And so
Can we go back to Twitch over here?
Oh, yeah.
Let me just keep seeing what people are saying. It's amazing how Chris iterates to improve on those things. Can you go up a little bit, Chris? There was like one chunk of text that I want to...
Oh, thank you. Who said that? That's super sweet.
Yeah, it's up. It's up.
Zendaya is
Zendaya is really the only drug addict out of the teenagers. The rest are just narcissistic monsters. Yeah, you know what? You're right. I shouldn't say that it's like everyone is a drug addict, but you're right. Zendaya, I am blown away. I want to be her best friend. I want to like help her. I want her to I want her in my presence at all times. I'm absolutely blown away. And then I think back now that I've watched this show, and now I've also watched Spider-Man, like, is Spider-Man worthy of her? Like, of having her as Mary Jane in Spider-Man? Like, I think so.
Oh, I thought she was in Dune.
She's also in Dune as
I thought that Spider-Man was the Mary Jane Gallagher one.
Who is Mary Jane Gallagher?
Like the red hair.
That was Christopher. I'm trying to teach you and you're losing it.
Oh, that's like Chrissy Zane or something.
That's version 1, let's say, of Spider-Man.
Oh.
And I'm making you watch those because in this new one, it's a combination, I think, no spoilers, maybe spoilers, cut earmuffs. Multiple of them come in to play because
so
of the multiverse.
She's like comes back again?
No, the Spider-Men.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Mary Jane Gallagher. Who is is Mary Jane Gallagher the one who does the whole like armpit sniffing thing and like Superstar?
Yeah, I think so. She also was in Spider-Man.
She was not. Mary Jane Watson.
So,
but who? Mary Catherine Gallagher. Oh my God, we are just destroying this. It's so funny. We're like kind of close, but not.
Yeah,
that's
I've
an
got
SNL
the
character.
I just start the match and then it goes full gender reveal in the Poconos.
What?
Where like it's just a little bit of a match to people are literally starting forest fires through gender reveals.
Got it.
And going to jail and paying fines forever. And good for them.
Heidi said, like Batman,
it.
each Batman has different characters. Yeah, the only thing that I want to say, and I maybe because I'm partial to Marvel, but I think that Marvel has been able to handle the various different versions of people far better than DC has been able to handle Batman characters. Like, there's like 45 different Batmen, and none of them connect. They're like all different versions of the same story, which just annoys me. This is not like, I'm not dismissing Batman. I like Batman, and I think that many of them were very sexy, which shouldn't be the only reason you like someone or something. But, you know, doesn't hurt.
People were talking about cookie dough earlier. You know, like in like high school and college, my parents would go and get the tub of like Toll House, the yellow tub of Toll House. Oh, I just spit.
I saw it. It went right back into your drink.
Oh, wonderful. Backwash from a distance. Long distance backwash.
I'm going to clip that. I don't think we'll see it, but that would be awesome if we can.
Well, they would have that.
Is Eloise? Look at her.
Oh my God, Eloise.
What are you doing over there?
She's just relaxing. They would buy this Toll House tub,
Nestle Toll House.
yeah, of cookie dough. That was like, it was big. It was this was factory or restaurant size quantities.
Yeah.
And I would just go in whole hog. I didn't care if it wasn't cooked. I would probably eat like a quarter of it. It was so bad.
No.
I would eat a lot of it.
A
It was so
quarter
bad.
of that tub?
Oh, it was bad.
Wow. I'm jealous of you. You know, that's a big difference in the way that food is available to America, like the United States of America versus like the European
Also,
model.
your ability to metabolize things as a teenager compared to an
Well,
adult.
for sure, yeah. But I think back on like things that Europeans felt like they're going to go whole hog in, and there would never be a massive jug of that. You know, like when we used to talk about Costco when I used to go to Greece, people would be fascinated that a place existed where you can buy like 45 tubs of something, like of ice cream, as like one item. You know what I mean? Because that just doesn't exist in Greece.
Oh my God,
all.
Eloise, you're just so cute. I need to.
Imposter Steve said West Keaton. Who is West? West Keaton, Kilmer, Clooney, Bale, Affleck, and
Eloise,
Pattinson.
look at the camera. Eloise,
Who is West? Best
Oh
Batman is
my
that
God,
controversial?
Look at how cute she is.
I would probably say that it is Christian Bale, unfortunately.
Eloise.
Michael Keaton will always be who I think of as Batman, or maybe Michael Keaton, just as I think of Christopher Reeves. Yeah, I think the same thing. All DC has is Batman at this point, and they are ruining it like they killed Superman. Yep, I agree, Imposter John. Nice Friends reference, Elias Nestle Toulaus. Thank you, Deb.
Oh, that's a Friends reference?
I mentioned it
I thought
before
you
on
were
the
making-
stream.
I thought you were just
No.
making fun of how I said it.
I'll say the story again because you clearly weren't listening the first time, but it's when Phoebe has the best cookie recipe ever that was passed down from her grandma, and her grandma learned it from someone named Nestle Toulaus or something like that. And then like when they're like, oh, I can't read it, or, you know, give us the recipe, and she finds this folded piece of paper at the end of the episode, she reveals it, and they're reading it, and then someone looks over and is like, does that say Nestle Toll House? And she's like, no, until they realize that it was just literally a Nestle Toll House recipe.
I'm not a food historian. I think that the chocolate chip cookie recipe was developed by somebody in like the 50s, and then Betty Crocker bought the recipe from them for like $50 or something.
Wait, so Betty Crocker owns like...
Well, they don't own every recipe, but I think the concept of, I'm just probably spewing garbage right now, but there was like ginger snaps are probably like around for decades, centuries, millennia. I feel like some of these cookies, that shortbread was probably around for gobs and gobs of years. I think I read
Imposter
somewhere
Steve said
that
they're a mistake invention.
yeah, I think they were like in the 50s, made by some woman who,
Was named Schmetty Schmacher.
yeah, and she made her schmetty schmucklet schmips.
Are you kidding me?
Hey,
Say that 5 times. Wow.
but yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I think it was like in the 50s, so they're relatively new, and I think they're delicious and a gift to the world. And welcome to the chat, J.R. Wolf. Thanks for jumping on, and thanks for
Wow.
following.
Yeah, Imposter Steve said they ran out of baking chocolate to make chocolate cookies, so they used semi-sweet chips, thinking that they'd melt into the cookies during the baking process. They did not melt, and the chocolate chip cookie was born. Oh my god, I just burped on camera. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Well, good thing we're still waiting for I follow if you burp to follow.
Yeah, seriously. I can't with what just happened. So, folks, listen, we're going to give away a gift tonight, which is this.
Imposter Steve, though, I'm glad that I'm not going crazy, full crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, but I'm not full crazy in that there's some truth, at least, to my story.
I actually want to point out something before we go. The last time that we gave a prize away when Leah was here, which was the whatever patch we had given then. When we got back to the patch screen, it's at 5 minutes, 41 seconds. And I said to Chris, I'm like, wait, this past 5 minutes was only 5 minutes, like from when you revealed the patch. So I went back and looked at our history of the video on demand. It was 25 minutes later of time. Somewhere in that, you must have stopped it, Chris. But you were convincing me and Leah that 25 minutes was 5 minutes of time. Aw.
Look at this.
her.
Look at this little fluff monster. She is like, I just had her close by my beard. Oh my God, snorfles. Eloise, tell us your snorfles.
What does exclamation uptime mean?
Maybe how long we've been streaming for?
This is too funny. Sam and Watson wrote Clooney is the superior Batman, and OG Steve deleted it. And Sam said, I'm being silenced. This is discrimination. I am dead. That is too funny. But I wonder what exclamation uptime means. I don't know what that means.
I don't know. JR Wolf maybe will tell you.
Airstreamers has been streaming for 2 hours and 7 minutes. That's what that means. Interesting. I didn't know that that's a thing.
So we're going to give away this patch as we do on every stream. And here we go. Who's going to get this? Can I have the mouse so I can give my patch away? I am on a strict diet. I wish I could just be on a cookie only diet.
I almost bought us a bunch of donuts today, Chris, and I didn't. I'm sorry. I'm telling you that.
Really? Why would you say that?
This is one of the most popular patches you made.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I want to put this on a hat. I'm gonna do it. I need to get a black hat to stitch it.
Do it. Who is the winner? Who is lucky on a strict number diet? 7? Abishi, congratulations! You are the winner. Write it in the book. Congratulations, Abishi. You are on a strict diet of Cookie Monster. I don't know what that means.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
What do you mean?
I'm saying on a cookie diet, not on a Cookie Monster diet.
I'm making a joke that clearly failed.
Imposter Jen still hasn't won, and it's
Abishi
still rigged.
Again. Abishi is dominating winnings in February, said Sam and Watson. It's so weird. It definitely picks a few people a whole bunch of times, then it switches to a new group, said Heidi.
Right? It's so weird.
Birthday cake this week, but I'll pretend cookies. Oh, your birthday's coming up soon. Leslie said, oh my God, girl, you are on a winning streak. Abishi this month has won, 9 times, actually?
I don't think 9. I think maybe 3.
So I want to say about Sam and Watson something with that episode. With that, what's it called? Batman movie?
Oh, wait, Abishi's birthday is Thursday?
Awesome.
Is it?
Happy early birthday, because we won't see you until post that.
Yeah, happy birthday, Abishi.
So Batman Returns, was it? With Batman Forever, Batman and Robin? Which was the one? I think it's Batman and Robin with Mr. Freeze, Poison Ivy, Robin, Catwoman, that whole thing.
Wait, is that the one where they say, what happens to a frog that gets struck by lightning?
That's X-Men.
Oh.
That movie, though, Batman and Robin.
That's a great line.
It's so good. When I was younger, I went to the movies to watch it, and I was obsessed with Batman and Robin. I think the colors of like Poison Ivy's like green, Mr. Freeze's blue, Robin's
is that the one with the Terminator in it?
Yeah, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, okay, I've seen that one.
What I'm saying is I genuinely, at a point in my life, liked that movie. Like, I would watch it multiple times, and now I think of it, and it's like cringe central. And I also think if I watched it now, like, I would not be here for it.
What brilliant juxtaposition. Literally, you have Terminator sinking into the lava with the thumbs up at the end like this.
Spoiler alert for Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
In the lava, done, re-emerges as Freeze Man. Like, literally.
Has anyone ever put those two together? Honestly.
It's brilliant storytelling. Brilliant. These storylines don't get any better than that.
Wow. Just wow. Okay. So, folks, it is time to go. Yeah, such a disaster of a movie it is. I was skeptical with the Pattinson Batman movie, but the trailer looks good. I am still skeptical. I can't stand him. I'm annoyed by it. I'm annoyed by him. Apparently, he said he tried on every one of the outfits for whatever reason, and there was still sweat, he said, on all of the outfits, and that apparently the face shape, like the head shape, is the defining factor for size for each of the outfits.
Who is this?
So, Chris, just to confuse you a whole lot, the latest Batman movie called The Batman,
Yeah.
because that's really particular,
Yeah.
is going to star Robert Pattinson as Batman. Do you know who Robert Pattinson is?
No.
Is
he a senator?
He's the one from Twilight who twinkles, like the main guy that everyone lost their shit over. The main vampire.
Oh, okay.
Edward.
Yeah.
Nothing. No. He's that one.
I always
And
thought the Wolfman was sexier.
in the second and third movies, not the first movie with that long hair. No thanks, not here for it.
Oh no! When he had the body yaddy yaddy.
Yeah, he came back. He felt bad that everyone made fun of him for episode 1 for being so like scroungy. I don't know, scrawny. That's the word. And then in episode 2 and 3 and 4, whatever million there were, he came back like body yaddy yaddy. Yes to that. But Robert Pattinson is.
I get Mario Lopez from him too.
Yeah, a little bit. I could see that.
Yeah.
He is now the Batman.
Mario Lopez is.
No, Edward.
Oh, okay.
And he just recently said that he tried on all of the other people's outfits, like all the prior Batmen. And apparently there was still sweat on all of them, he said. Which, like, no, there wasn't. There wasn't sweat. There's not sweat that exists from 25 years ago.
That's weird. He probably goes to like Old Navy and is like, there's blood on this. And there's probably not blood, but he's going to just make a scene because he's drama.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah. So, yeah, he was Cedric Diggory in episode 4.
Mario Lopez.
Yeah, basically. Chris has insane headcanon for Terminator. I'm here for it, Chris. I thought that was fantastic. I have no interest in this movie.
Wait, what's
and I hate that.
headcanon?
I don't know, but like canon as in like continuation. Like I think headcanon is like in your own brain's storyline that Mr. Freeze was born out of the T2's death.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
your
everybody
head's
thinks that,
canon.
I think.
Every DC film has now the brightness turned down to -100 and the CGI is all rubbery and smooth. Billion%. Yes, I agree with that. OG Steve Brody said the Batman, nice name. They're not even trying anymore, right? I agree. He was also Cedric Diggory, Mario Lopez. It's like Disney bought every good CGI artist and left DC with the dropouts. Oof. Mozzie said, I can't stand Mario Lopez. I always thought he was so cute from Saved by the Bell.
Yeah, yeah.
I agree, Sam, that the
I also
smell
wanted to be
definitely
friends
could still
with-
be there.
What was her name? Not Tiffany, but the fun one who was like not a stuck up POS. I forget all of their names. Can you look up the cast of them?
So you're not talking about the one who takes the speed.
No, she was a lot.
You're not talking about the Lisa Turtle.
No, Lisa Turtle. That
Yeah,
one.
she was nice. I liked her.
Lisa Turtle,
Yeah.
I wanted to be friends with.
Yeah.
Because like everybody else was like either like too like, oh God, you're just exhausting,
Yeah.
or like, oh my God, you're just annoying.
Yeah.
Lisa Turtle was like nice, cool person I wanted to be friends with.
Yeah. So I forgot that I have a CCGI we're going to go to really quick. CCGI tonight.
Oh, is it Lisa Turtle?
No, but CCGI tonight is based off of based off of the experience I had today of being fully out. I am here. I'm queer. You deal with it. I'm going to ask Chris to identify as many of these gay celebrities as he can.
Queen Elizabeth.
What?
Oh, I just figured you're.
So full stop. I did not identify who these people are. I just put it up here because I had 5 seconds to put something up here. So give me whatever you can, but
Okay.
I cannot promise to tell you
Fine.
all of the people.
The bottom middle is Rosie O'Donnell, and then to the left of her is Bob Barker,
No, I don't know who the left is.
and
It's not
then
Bob Barker.
upper left. You don't know who Bob Barker is?
I don't know who that is.
That's
saying,
Bob
like,
Barker.
It's not Bob Barker. Keep going.
Anderson Cooper is on the right,
Where?
all the way at bottom right.
Yeah.
Oh God, he is a gift to this world. Then the upper right is Sheldon Cooper or something. Sheldon?
I'll give you that. Yeah.
He's gay?
Yeah. Jim Parsons.
Oh, I didn't know that. Bottom left is Miley Cyrus.
That's incorrect. I don't know. I can't figure that. Is that Halsey? Can someone confirm to me the bottom left? Is that Halsey? Keep going.
The bottom two in from the right next to Anderson is the thank you guy from Instagram who says thank you.
You know, I can see that, but absolutely not. They are not the same person. But like in this photo, I can see that. Who's the top left?
Oh, Neil Patrick Harris.
Yes. Who's next to Neil Patrick Harris?
I don't know. She works at a library though.
You don't know who that is?
She's like, you did not deliver this on time and I want my 10-cent fine. I have no idea who that is. Should I know who that is?
Yes. Although I'll give you some slack because you never watched Sex and the City and you only watched one episode of And Just Like That, which is horrid. But do you remember in Just Like That, there was that one scene where someone looked at the black woman and was like, wait, you're the professor, but with hair like that and with that outfit that you're wearing? Do you remember? And my head nearly exploded.
Oh, I'm not surprised. Look at her picture there. That's exactly what I'm reading.
But
her
Chris,
name is like Marjorie or something. I don't know.
What's her first name?
Marjorie.
And last name?
Schumacher.
No, it is Cynthia Nixon, who is Miranda Priestley. I think. Is that her last name on the show? But on the show, she went from being a hip, like, with it person in Sex and the City to an absolute monster of a human and Just Like That. And the biggest sort of negativity surrounding that show is the characterization of her. And what I read, something recently that I didn't know about, is that she and the other girls apparently had a say in what their characters were going to be like. And I think...
What? No.
And the rumor is that she thought this would be like start at the bottom to like build up her character with like growth. But like you do not ever tell in this climate, day and age, anytime ever in the whole universe.
No,
tell a woman who is a professor that she can't be a professor because of her hair.
This is her mugshot, folks. Look at it. That's her mugshot because she was arrested for literally terrible storytelling. Awful acting. Canceled.
Totally. I don't think that's Halsey. No, it's not Halsey. So who is that in the bottom left? I can look it up. Halsey.
Is that what's her name? Winona Ryder on the
Flargery Schumacher.
Who? Winona Skykes or something.
What is the show?
Can you just tell me if I'm
sorry,
doing this
what's
right?
that?
Winona Skykes on the next to Sheldon.
I think that's her. I didn't look at the list, but if that is who you're saying, it's not Winona Sykes, it's Wanda Sykes. That kind of does look like her, but I don't know. I didn't look at the list, so I don't know.
So then why are you giving me this?
Because it was I needed something.
I have no idea this guy's a senator though.
Lana, that's what I read. Don't quote me on that, but that's what I read. And Lana, I don't know if you saw all of the show of And Just Like That. I only watched one episode, but many of the people who I follow on Twitter and like podcasts and stuff, they talked about how they will continue to watch the show.
Sykes.
Yeah, that's what I said. They will continue to watch the show, but that ultimately it's a full dumpster fire, but it's enough. It's kind of like this show where we just drop the ball 99% of the time, but that you come back for more because you just want to see the disaster. That's kind of what And Just Like That is, you know.
So the middle one,
second from the right at the bottom, he did not get. He thinks it looks like the guy who says thank you
on Instagram.
On Instagram.
The middle guy is definitely a senator who has voted against multiple equality bills for gay people. But now has suddenly decided that he's gay and that he's...
Yeah, probably. Chris.
But I don't know who that is.
Well, anyway, Chris, you did a really good job. You got 1, 2, 3, 4,
I got
5.
No, I got one. I got the librarian. I got Wanda Sykes. I got Sheldon. I got Miley Cyrus, Bob Barker. I got them all.
I'll give it to you, Chris. You did a really great job
Thank
in
you.
honor of this very gay-themed episode. Okay, so we're going to go back to here, and we're going to be wrapping up the night. I can't believe that we've been streaming for as long as we have tonight without a plan. Folks, this is what you get when you come here. We did not even talk about today's episode. We did not even talk about what we're going to do or anything because of the fact that I've been preoccupied, rightfully so. We will hopefully have a more structured situation coming up on Friday and
But
Saturday.
not too structured.
Structure.
What structure?
Was there a store named Structure that we shopped at?
Oh, I love structure.
Is it still a thing? No.
No, I
right?
think they were bought by
Express.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I love structure.
Me too. I think I liked
wore
it, too.
all of it in high school
I think so.
and college.
For me, it was American. No,
No, it was
Armani
like
Exchange for me.
I was like Abercrombie and structure, and I don't even know if Express was a thing then. American
Yeah.
Eagle was another one.
I really liked Armani Exchange, and you know, this is how far we've come as a society. There was a shirt that I really liked once, and I went to go buy it at Armani Exchange, and the man looked at me and laughed and said, "That's a woman's shirt," and I was like, "Ooh, garbage! I don't want it." But like,
But then you're like, I'll take it.
no, but in all reality, like if I liked it and I wanted to wear it, why are you gonna shame me? You know what I mean?
Fired.
Yeah, totally. Nowadays, I would absolutely consider, giving them some shit.
Giving them
So,
the time
anyway.
of day.
OG Steve said, yes, please get it together for Friday. So, anyway, the stream is way more fun than AJLT was. Oh, and just like that. Oh, God, even the acronym is terrible for it.
That looks like a AJLT looks. What is that? Not Myers Briggs. Is that?
Oh, yeah. Which personality are you?
Yeah, like the introvert, extrovert.
Yeah.
Blah,
Like
blah, blah.
NTV something.
Is that Myers Briggs?
I think it is Myers-Briggs. And Lana said I could not get past episode 1. Samesies. I couldn't do it. So thank you, Short Pam. Thank you, everyone. And listen, folks, everyone, thank you for tuning in and really making this day. This was a cherry on top of the day. Chef's kiss for, listen, 22222 will go down in history in my brain matter.
In your brain holes?
In my brain holes for being a very important day on a multitude of levels. And what just happened with Eloise's cam? Did you see that? It flickered, like it went off and on. That was real weird. I'm going to clip that. So, but again, thank you for making this a really special day for me and for being here to listen to my story and just being who you are. And hopefully my story can inspire at least one other person in the whole world for recognition that your life is yours to live and no one else's, and your timeline should never be compared to someone else's timeline. And as long as what you're doing makes you happy, keep doing it.
Very well said.
And that's it. Thanks, folks, for another wonderful episode of Airstreamers, and we will see you all again on Friday. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone, and happy early birthday, Abishi.
See ya.